Booyah! 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 Hey everybody! Hey everybody! All right, so welcome to Streaming Matters episode 73. Hey everybody, can you guys hear me all right? Because I set up my speakers and my other microphone for this show. Since we may or may not have another guest, maybe, we'll see. So everybody hear me all right? Wait for a few seconds, gotta wait for the dialogue on the side to catch up. There's Mook Dog in the house. Look at there. Marvin T. Mook. DJ. Giorgio. Can you guys hear me? David says I sound great. All right. Good. Hope everyone's all right. Hey, JJ was in the, I think he was the first one to jump in the chat. Matrix. Iconic. He's joined us today. Ronster TV. Donnie Senior. It was Donnie Senior. Remember he was on one of my shows. See, I'm talking over here because I have a guest that's maybe on. We'll have to wait for the cheering, everyone to cheer to say,
just gonna sit here and
blue. All right. So, yeah, JJ Cord Cutter says, make sure to hit the thumbs up if you want. If not, don't. Subscribe if you want. If you're not, don't. Hit the bell for notifications if you want. If not, don't. Yeah, I was going to possibly do a show today, and then I was kind of, we watched TV and decided to do a show. So went ahead and we're going to see what happens. Diana, hey, welcome. Most of my regulars are over here popping in, so we'll give it a few minutes. Again, lots of people from the MS7 group who, I don't know if that group started today. I was invited to it today. I think that they're going to be doing some videos. They're going to have a YouTube channel and doing videos on some stuff, so that's cool. Donnie says, tell Blue to set in and come on. Sit in, come on. I guess he meant sit. S-I,
Yeah.
Then, you got JJ over there chanting the blues. Mook Dog, what's up? I ain't seen him in a while. Mook Dog's, he been hiding out, kind of just playing in the background, or just kind of stepped away from the Cody scene, which, to be honest, sometimes you just have to do that. Sometimes you get in it and you're in it for a while and you just get burned out and you're just like, hey, I got to step back. This shit about to just get on my head. So had a few, we started with a few shots. Now I'm going to drink some beer. Let her work on her wine. So we will see. So thanks for everybody jumping in here. Got a few subjects to talk about, Gandalf is in, Gandalf is he's in this chat on the sides. If any of you guys would like to join the panel, all you have to do is throw me a PM on either Telegram or on Twitter. I will do my best to try to catch it. Sometimes when I get going, as you know, folks, when I get going, sometimes I don't check all those things like that. All right, let's see. So I was looking through there. Nothing going on. So let's see. King Doze says, I believe MS7 going live tonight at 11 p.m. Oh, a Fire Stick giveaway. Is that a 4K Fire Stick? Don't be giving away none of them $20 Fire Sticks. If you're going to give away something, be sure to give away a 4K stick. Just mess with you guys. I don't know. I have no idea what it's going to be, but 4K sticks, and I've mentioned that quite a few times. 4K sticks are definitely well worth it. This week I was using the Cube. Took it with us when we went out of town. Enjoyed it. Worked very well. People talk about using those things when you go to a hotel or this, that. Yes, you can. You can use them on hotels and motels, this and that. But I will say this. Most free Wi-Fis suck ass. So just keep that in mind. What you may want to do, as I did, was used a hotspot on my phone. Created a hotspot, and my phone hotspot was better than the hotel's Wi-Fi. So, it worked well. It actually worked seamlessly through my phone. Didn't work hardly at all through the free offered Wi-Fi that they were doing. Like a fast. Yeah, we couldn't get shit to buffer. It buffered. Buffered on 1080 and 7, it would stop. Oh, it's terrible. So again, MS7 going to do a giveaway tonight. So y'all welcome to check it out. Gandalf, if you are around, you care to jump in, send me a PM, bro. Send me a PM. Let's see. So I see Shrinky Channer and Hair. What's up? What's up? So let's see here. One last glance through my PMs to make sure I'm not missing somebody that may have PM'd me and said, damn, Todd, I PM'd you. But I have a few
Yeah.
groups.
Yeah, I got like 5 now.
Yeah, you see.
See, I'm smart enough to whittle mine down.
Yeah, mine goes on forever. My Telegram groups goes on forever. So let's see what's MS7. I believe that's a group of people that are working. They're going to do some streaming information. I'm not sure if it's going to be Cody only, but I think it said streaming. So I'm assuming they're going to try to cover the gambit of streaming. Somewhat like what I'm doing here. I have no idea. They just started. Okay, Tara's in the side group. He's over here in the chat. So let's see what's happening today. I saw that, and I'm sure that many of you might have read the article that Torrent Freak, I'm a little bit suspicious of.
Yeah.
Again, he posted a thing about Plex was served a warning from Bren, who is the British arm of ACE or the MPAA or the Motion Picture Association, lawyers, all that kind of, was given a warning to control their subscribers, their users of the possible copyright material that they may have. Oh, Kara likes my shirt. You like it?
Yeah.
It was given as a gift from. So, yeah, Blind Eye says Torrent Freak is like the National Enquirer of news. It's like the National Enquirer of streaming news, I guess. So they posted that they were given a letter, a warning from Bren about controlling their stuff that their users may have. And people are like, well, I guess that's going to be a problem for Plex. Maybe, maybe not. The thing about with, and Blue and I talked about this earlier today, whereas Kodi is an operating system. It's an open source operating system, kind of like a Linux or Windows in a sorts, but not quite like Windows, more like a Linux. It's an operating system, and they say, here's an operating system. You can build any kind of add-ons or programs to go on top of it. And people can do that. And we create, or people create add-ons on top of the Kodi OS, and you can do a lot of different stuff. Now, Plex is a little bit more closed. It's not an open source platform. They don't allow everybody to do anything they want in there. They have more controls over it, and it's not free. So anybody that has a Plex account will know. So they're more controlled and have more control of what goes on inside their OS. And this is one of the reasons why about a year ago we saw a lot of IPTV being offered in Plex, and it was pretty wild and ran across the gambit. A lot of people were selling IPTV services on top of the Plex service that they were selling. I guess Plex got wind of that and put a big kibosh on that. They stopped a lot of that. So they had more controls over what goes on. So Plex does have some ability to control some of it. I don't know how far they can go with it and what they can stop.
One of the easiest ways they can control it a little better is to reduce the amount of users you can have using your Plex. So all these people that are selling it, that have like 100 or 200 users,
yeah,
not possible anymore.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys can hear. I don't know. Tell me if you can hear what she was saying, so if I know if I have to repeat it or not repeat it. So I'll give us a few seconds before I have to repeat it. Let's see. Let's see, I'm waiting. Ed B, tell me, could you hear what she was saying, or I got to repeat it? And Blue said, yeah, they said, yeah, they could hear. So what she was saying, and I guess you guys could hear, that they could limit the number of people that are on an account. And that is the thing with Plex.
Like Netflix does.
Yeah, with Plex, you can add all these people to it, and that does lend itself to people selling Plex and selling huge libraries, because they can add all these users, and those users can be paid users that have paid through various means. And then you add those people in, and then that's a sense of income. So yes, Plex could limit the amount of people. Now, do most normal users need 50 or 100 users to use their Plex account? Do you have 50 to 100 family members that are using your account, or 50 to 100 devices, even if it's in a family that's using that? So, all right. So Shrinking Sharon says it's 100 people. So, just not sure that most people. So if
how many people that aren't selling their Plex have 100 people sharing?
Right.
I have maybe 20, and that's because it's all my family, and then people that I really like. I'll share it with them. For no money, just here, go ahead and use it. If it doesn't work, too bad.
So it'd be you're looking at, you got like 20. So if you so when people have 100 people, are they using this legitimately?
Yeah.
And that's where we've said on the show that we're going to create a problem with Plex. It's going to get ruined because when you have these people selling, you're bringing in unneeded attention because you're selling it through however many people. You're creating that atmosphere or that lure, and you're going to invite somebody that is, you're going to sell to somebody that's not your friend or friend that that's possibly could be a person of MPAA, ACE, Bren, any of those kind of people. You're going to do it. So that's a possibility that Plex could limit that amount to get that, to take that risk down, so that it is just friends and family.
Could they also possibly limit where you're pulling from? Like, you know how lots of times people will have a hard drive on their PC or stuff. Maybe they'll limit not being able to use seed boxes anymore. I don't know if they can, but I mean, there are options out there if they actually have to,
if
legally.
If they feel that they need to. Yeah. If they feel they need to stay out.
But in all honesty, like it's not their fault what users are using it for. You know what I mean? They're offering a free software again, and it's a spin-off of Kodi, is it not?
Yes, it is a fork of Kodi.
So in other words,
like what, 12, 11?
It comes to you blank, and whatever you put in it is the copyright issue.
And that's probably
their issue.
Right, that's where Plex is kind of playing that, well, we don't have control of that stuff. Mm-hmm. Again, it depends on how much control they do have, because they were able to limit IPTV from their...
Or did they limit how, like, you know how right now a lot of times you're using, say, the TV database or the movie database in order to pull stuff? Can they have it so that if that isn't out officially on DVD yet, that you won't be able to load it in your Plex library? So you couldn't get all the latest stuff that's out streaming-wise.
Yeah.
Well, I'm probably giving them too many ideas. Don't listen to me,
Hey,
Plex.
Leo wants to know, how's your holiday?
Wonderful.
She said wonderful. So, so there's ideas, there's things that they might be able to do. I'm not a Plex coder and don't know what's going on all around all that stuff, but those are just things off the top of my head as a streamer, as someone that uses Plex. I have Plex on I have a paid Plex account because I want it on Android, and to have it on Android, I had to do that small pay. So I paid for a lifetime, and it was on special. So bam, I jumped on it. And
you can have it. You can do like the $3.
Yes, you can do the $3, but I ended up doing the Pro account, whatever
Plex
it is.
Pass,
Plex Pass. It was on sale.
I paid like $120.
I paid. Yeah, it was. I wanted to say I paid $80 or $70. I had it forever. Yeah. I got it forever now. So it's like, I could have got it cheaper for a year, but now I can do a lot more things. I get more options, and I use it for music. I have just music on my computer, and I'm able to share it with other friends of mine. Or for the most part, I only use it for me. I use it for me when I'm in the car, if I want to listen to CD or
And me.
And you, yes. But I'm just, you don't use it that much.
I use your
Shannon list. I guess you use that one. But I use it for the most part for me. And so not a lot of people, but I have numerous people. Kara messaged me. And Kara wants to know why Blue is not on the screen.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
Oh, for Christ's sakes. She says she's waiting on the wine to kick in.
All right, now here we go.
Oh, Lordy. Look at how small you are. Damn, I told you I was a giant. I'm a giant guy.
Not even close.
Damn.
You're taller than me, yeah.
Here, you want to slide your seat over?
No, I'm okay. Thanks.
You sure?
Yeah.
You look pretty short in there.
I am
Look
short.
at you. She's only 4'2".
No, I'm 5'2".
4'2". Look at her.
Shut
Look at her. You don't even look at.
Shut it.
Look at. I'm sitting down. All right. So we got that going on. Hey, ARB. I'm sorry I wasn't trying to dish you. Griff says, get him a sandwich.
Already done, Griff. Already done.
It's already
He's famished, buddy.
famished. I'm full. So what else we got going on? So one of the other ARB says, tell Blue to sit down.
Jackass. I miss you.
So we got not to give out a lot of TVA hate, but it's my show.
I'll do that.
Okay, so we talked about it in the last show. We had J. Sergio O'Neill was on the show. We talked about URL Resolver or Resolve URL that J. Sergio says he wasn't going to continue updates on it. We had talked about that. We talked about the options. We talked about that TVA could possibly try to strong arm their way in there. And the biggest concern that we had when we talked about that was the forced installation of bullshit malware under the disguise of Indigo. So I think I'd seen, I think it was, ARB says TVA hate, my time to shine. The inside joke, I mean, we all know ARB hates TVA. And one of the best debaters,
back a long way with that.
one of the best debaters on Reddit, if you ever could go back to those debates that he would have with Adam on.
ARB's the king.
Oh my God, he was so good.
He used to make me laugh.
And you could read the tweets, or not tweets, or the tweets was sometimes, but he got it blocked. But on the Reddit where you couldn't block it, oh my gosh, it was so funny
It was
because
all fact based though.
yeah,
It was all
because
real,
ARB
like
was
real-
he's very precise, and he has a
He is.
memory that is amazing.
And
he
you do not want to fight with him.
yeah, because
Take it from me first.
hey, have you had a couple arguments with him?
Oh boy.
So yeah, it amazing that. All right, so we'll go back to this. So TV. We talked about TVA and maybe they push some updates with URL Resolver and how that was going to go. Blah 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 blah. And then I'd seen posted in one of my groups, and I think that Diamond posted that he had looked at the code for one of the updates that TVA posted for URL Resolver. So quickly, I'll try to, for people that may not understand. So Resolve URL was what J. Sergio was maintaining. Okay, so Resolve URL would have an update, which would mean fix things. Then TVA would take it and take URL Resolver and copy whatever was in Resolve URL, copy it over and put it out as URL Resolver, and they would put their updates. So they're identical updates. Okay.
Yeah.
And
usually a couple minutes after J. Sergio.
Yeah, it wasn't long. It wasn't long. No added fixes, and that was one of the things that J. Sergio. That was one of the things that J. Sergio complained that they were just copying. They weren't adding.
Yeah, it'd
nothing.
be all fine and dandy if they were sharing back and forth. If TVA did some, and then J. Sergio could grab those, so he didn't have to do them, and just share them back and forth, it'd be fine. But that wasn't what happened.
Right, they're just copying. So one of the things that was posted is that TVA was not force update or force installing Indigo, and that was great. And that was the great. Wait, hold on a second. Oh yeah, there is some moderators around here somewhere, so I'm not worried about that. So so what the discussion was that Indigo was not being forced installed. So let me share my screen, and I am going to try.
Repo versus add-on.
Yeah, I'm gonna show a little something. I'm gonna show you. So, and that was all good and well that they were not forced installing Indigo on people's devices if they got URL Resolver updated. So, share my screen. Entire screen. Allow. Want to make that the big screen. Okay, so I guess you guys can see this, and this is the update for and this is part of TVA's official. Let me make it bigger so that maybe people can read it easier. So this is from their official repo, and here's the script module URL Resolver. It's where they updated it, and they actually updated it today. So I'm looking through here and I'm like, if you've ever had a GitHub, it tells you what changes. And the red means this is what changed. This is what was in it before they changed it. And you can see it was, the version number was 5.0.55. That was the old one. And then the green would be what was added. You can see the plus was in there. And it was, they changed the version number. Version number was changed, okay? And then you can look at the change log. All right, so what was changed in the change log? And this means the change log is just basically, that's a text file that just tells you what you did.
What's new? What's
new? What's been fixed? What's this, that? So we go through here. So we look to see what was added to this. Let's see, base code. Version number was added. Resolvers added? None. Resolver fixes? None. Resolvers removed? None. Languages added or updated? None. So lends the
whole lot of changes going on.
So yeah, it adds the question comes to mind is, why would you increase the number of version, but you added and changed nothing? You fixed nothing, you've added nothing, makes no sense. So one of the things, you can go into GitHub and you could take a look at what's in, what's the things. And they actually gave thanks. If you look here, here's thanks to J Sergio. He gave thanks. TVA gave thanks to it. One of the things that you can look inside this, and this is basically the stuff that's inside of an add-on zip, folks. So if you had a Kodi add-on zip, this is the stuff that comes in the zip file. One of the things that a lot of us will look at, we always look at the add-on XML. This tells us a lot. This tells us what's added, what's taken away. It gives some different information. One of the things that most of us that know or understand what's going on is called an import. One of the things that, and that's what that means, is that this add-on, to install this update, it says, I got to have these things that are imports. I got to have them. And so the add-on is saying, I've got to have these before I continue. If you've ever seen where it says, where Kodi will say, failed to install dependencies, that's because it couldn't get one of these things. These are dependencies.
Okay, and just on a side note, most of you guys probably already know this, but the reason that you need these dependencies is 9 times out of 10 is this code is already written. So there's no point in this, whoever's made this add-on, to go and rewrite all that code to put it in his add-on when he can just pull these specific things that he needs. So dependencies are a good thing because it makes the add-on smaller by pulling in other little dependencies for it. So that's what, you need these in order to run this add-on.
Right, and then if this plugin video G drive is updated by whoever created that, it's still fixed within this particular
update,
because it's updated in whatever fixes this guy made works. So these are the dependencies. So these are imports. So if you're like saying, is TVA installing something they shouldn't? Let's take a look. And we don't see any import add-on Indigo. So at first look, you say, oh man, no problem at all. That's great. Glad that they're not adding that, because that's the biggest issue I have with it is I don't care if you update the URL resolver.
You don't need Indigo to run this.
Right. Don't force install malware or something that I didn't want.
Dependencies that aren't required.
Right. So if you, again, we can go to
the repo,
this is the repo. Okay. If you go to the repo, and what I can do, let me go back. And this is all things that TVA is in. Let's see. Let's go to the releases, and I want to find the zips. And these are things that they update or is in their repo. All right, I'm gonna go down here, plugins. All right, you can see all these video plugins, and I'm gonna go down here to script. Here's the where's the script URL? All right, they don't have it in this one. It's in this repo. So the TVA resolvers repo. Let's go there. And again, here's that same add-on XML. And most times with GitHub, they post this on the outside so that people can see what had been changed. And so you'd be able to look. And that's that same add-on XML that I had looked at, that I showed you. But if we go in here to the zips is what is downloaded to your device. This is what, when Kodi says, hey, there's an update for this, I need it. And this is what it downloads. It downloads this little zip file right here. And you can see 5 hours ago it was updated. Now let me show you what was So we read that URL resolver was not,
Okay,
that Indigo was not in
So
it.
basically, you install the repo. None of these are in. If you install the blank Kodi,
Yep.
none of these are installed. These are things you can choose to go into. Now, some of these are just dependencies for other add-ons, but there could be a wizard in here. There could be a video add-on in here. But you would have to install those and then have it pull the dependencies. Like URL resolver is not going to install on its own as soon as you load up TV add-ons repo. It doesn't automatically install it unless you install an add-on that requires it as a dependency.
Right.
So you go to the repo and you see there's no mention of Indigo.
Right. So the repo says nothing about Indigo. But if we I downloaded, here's the script module resolver. And this is basically the zip file that you would download, okay? So your Kodi would download this. And so we looked at the add-on XML, which said no Indigo, right?
Yeah.
But if we go through, here's the add-on XML inside the zip. Now this again is what your Kodi is going to install.
If you grab basically any add-on nowadays, a video add-on will require either resolve URL or URL resolver. Yeah,
and many will ask for this URL resolver in it. And again, you can see here's URL resolver. And we can go through the same imports were from the version that you saw on the outside. Python, the YouTube, here was the Twitch. But here is an import right here that you can see that basically to install this script update, to install URL resolver's update, you are being forced to install plugin.program.indigo. Again, so it's almost, he on purpose did not show it on the front end of a repo, or because when you do a repo, you have the unzipped version so that people can read it and they can see what it is and they can fork it if they want. Then you have the zips. On purpose, he doesn't put that on the part where everybody would look, but it's right inside here. So when your Kodi updates, if you're updating URL resolver, you will be forced to install plugin.program.indigo onto your device. And if any of you have ever seen it, once it's installed, it's not easy peasy to get off. I mean, you can do it, but it's a difficult thing. You got to go through a certain number of things first. So right here is the thing that bothered me the most, and that I was concerned with was if they were going to force install their Indigo bullshit, which is malware, which is you are not asking to have this crap installed. It's going to open every time you open Kodi. It's going to open up and it's going to say, "Hey, your device is not safe. You have not. You are not behind a VPN, and you need to get a VPN,"
which he sells.
It would.
Not required to use URL resolver. You'll notice Jay Sergio doesn't have Indigo in his.
No, and it's just again just the sneaky bullshit that Adam TVA he does, and there's only one reason he's doing it. He's only doing it to push his IPTV services that he either owns or excuse me, his VPNs. He's pushing a VPN that he's either owns or he's getting a kickback from. That's the only reason he's doing it. He's not doing it to keep you safe and protected. I mean, it's total bullshit. And again, that's
sneaky fucker.
And again, you would if for most of us that glance at the update and we look at the GitHub, most people wouldn't look at the zip. They would just look at what's that first one I showed you. What's new? And you would look at here's the add-on XML. Oh, there's nothing in there. Because most of us don't have TVA installed. I don't have it on any of my devices. No. I don't get URL resolver updated on my device because I don't have his repo or any repos that are tied to his. Because if you have a repo that is tied in some way to another repo that is tied to TVA's repo, you will get it. Or if they're tied to that URL resolver repo, which you saw that it said, what was it? TVA resolver repo, I think is what it was called. Yeah, TVA resolvers repo. So if somebody's tied to that, their repo will direct you to that to install that version because it's the latest version. It's the 5.0.56.
And the thing is, guys, like most Gen add-ons, they use URL resolver, but they don't use TVA's URL resolver because Kodi, actually official Kodi, has URL resolver. Like it's not as good because they don't have all the sites that J Sergio has in Resolve URL. But you don't need it, and the only time it's used for coding, which is used in Gen. But it always pulls from the official Kodi repo. So unless you, like Todd said, unless you have TVA's repo installed somehow in your build,
or a repo that's tied to it,
which it'll pull it in anyway, then it's all your add-on's still going to work. So like you don't need TVA to get URL resolver. You have it from Kodi.
All right, so Chris has a question. Is it okay to install, say, Fusion Repo add-on and not install Indigo? Sure, but the problem is when, again, how you saw that import, before long, you don't have to have it installed, but it's going to go and grab that Indigo because it's going to say, I need Indigo. The URL resolver, basically, before it completes its install, says, I got to have it.
Because what Adam's going to do is if you have his repo on your box, when there's he'll bump his version above the Kodi one. So you're always going to get his. Whereas if you don't have him installed, you'll automatically just have the Kodi one.
And so
that makes sense.
So where Warlock asks, Fusion is TVA, and that's true. I'm not sure if someone had asked it. It is. TVA created the Fusion installer. Wasn't it the Fusion installer back then?
No, it wasn't called that back then.
It was Fusion. It was a Fusion repo. I remember when I first got Kodi, which that was Kodi 11 or 12. Yeah. All right, so look at there. ARB wants to join. Yeah. We get into All right, hold on a second. All right. So
careful clicking around there. You don't show any dick pics, honey.
Oh my. All right, so that's it. So that's the problem with that, folks, is that it's force installing it. And again, you don't necessarily have to have TVA's repo in there, but if you have
technically you do.
If you have a repo that's tied to it, like on their repo, it has all those repos listed. It's kind of like a spider web, and it will link into those other ones.
In other words, if you're making a build, don't add TVA to your build.
Yeah.
So that we don't get stuck with it.
Yeah. You got to just be careful of that because that's the biggest thing that bothered me. And again, install what you want, put anything on your device you want. But to me, it's malware. Do you want to pick up your phone and every time you open your phone, it gives you an ad, and you're not even on none. It just says, oh, here's an ad.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I want what I want on my device. And if I don't want it, if I want it, I will install it. And that's the whole kicker in the nuts about this is we knew that's what was going to happen.
That's like when you had that shit that was taking off Zunity stuff off your box.
Yeah.
You had no choice. If you wanted Zunity, TVA came along and it said, now you've installed this, it removes this add-on. Like, who the fuck is he to tell you what you can have or not have on your box? Like, fuck off already. Sorry, Todd, you're going to get a lot of strikes on this.
Yeah. You know, how many thumbs down can I get? But you can choose.
Adam, have you gotten one yet?
I've at least two. I have at least two every videos now. So cause I got at least two haters, which I'm not surprised.
I think lots of times.
Whenever you're on my show,
you only get two when I'm.
I always get extra when you're on the show. But you can turn off auto updates, and we talked about that in the last show. Turn off. It is. So turn off auto updates, and then you can say, yes, I want that installed. No, I don't want that installed. You can do that, and you can. You're a little bit easier to police it.
Build.
Yeah, you can police it a little bit easier, but you've got to be super careful when if you have a build. And again, it's not necessarily that you have to have TVAs, because in some people's repos, they'll link to a whole bunch of other people's repos, and they'll like, oh, repo here. I want to make it easy for my build. Especially builders will say, I want to make it easy for the people who use my build to get all this stuff. Well,
it would be really nice is if somebody takes over Resolve URL.
That would be awesome.
You don't need to worry about URL Resolver anymore.
Yeah, it would be awesome. Kodi.
It's about time, though. There's usually people that step up, so fingers crossed. When you smart people out there comes and helps.
Yep. And I haven't tried to open up the other app to take a look at. Oh, there's Tan.
Tan the man.
Tan's over in the chat.
I love Tan.
Mr. ARB.
That's it.
Yeah, I was looking. I'd sent that, Mr. ARB. I sent that in one of the groups we're in, so you can choose on. So that's kind of how that works, folks. And so just be aware. And I wanted to show people how Adam is being a little bit on the sneaky side to try to hide what he's doing.
I'm still getting friggin' emails from goddamn TVA asking me for money for his court case.
Oh, come on. Help him out.
Yeah, no.
Help a brother out.
That.
Oh, jeez. Look, I thought she was for the community.
Hey, I've given money to people in the community.
I have.
Help them buy laptops and help them when they need money for stuff. I'm not giving to him.
I've helped plenty. Good and plenty, like the Candace. Good and plenty. So, Chris, I don't know if Megatron Adult Repo still works. I don't know. Megatron, he still tweets. I think that repo is still around. ARB, that's the link you will get, and you have to sign in to StreamYard. You have to basically sign into StreamYard, and then you can you'll jump in this because it's not Hangouts. Oh, sorry, you're not in that group. Look at Kara's like, he's not in this group. I only have a few groups to pick from, so let me.
The old one there.
Is it in the BS? No, he's not in the BS, sir.
No.
It's the old farts. Old farts.
He's in old farts, yeah.
There we go. Wait, it says he's not in this one either. I thought he was.
I thought he was too. Okay, well then he's in the other one there. Scroll down a bit.
He's not.
Scroll down a bit.
We're trying to find you, ARB, or message. Send me a PM.
Keep going.
He's not.
Oh my God, you got way too fucking
many. I don't have too many rooms.
You do, because obviously
don't
you're not.
Judge me. Don't judge me.
You're obviously not checking them. Oh my God,
that's great.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
Here we are.
Yeah.
You're in this group. God. All right. Is he in this group?
Okay, maybe don't share your screen though, eh?
I'm not.
Are you sure you're not sharing it right now?
No. See?
Oh, okay, you turned it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So ARB, I sent you to the room that you're at. Yeah. I have like 3 groups that I have to search through. Sorry.
That's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, when people say, Dabs, how are you in every room? Oh,
they say, you never get back to me. And you're like, yeah, because I have to answer 80,000 fucking messages.
The problem is the only thing I wish you could pin a group, but then I also wish new message. I do pin. But I wish that groups would, like anytime someone new messages me, it would go to the top, but it doesn't always. Like if they message me a couple times.
Yeah, but you can tell in that list when it's green. It's
but I mean.
So in other words.
Yeah,
but. Oh, no.
But see, that was.
Click on it once in a while and just go right to the bottom. That's what I used to do.
Yeah, see, look at.
Look at green.
Yeah.
Green. Those are you. That's directed at you.
I know.
Well,
but look, they're so old ago. Look at that's November. Keto. I don't need to check that group.
Oh, keto. Yeah, I stopped keto.
So yeah. So that's.
As you can tell by the fact that I had a lot of pizza tips.
So that's Telegram. Crazy. I love Telegram. It is a great thing, but you get to be in a lot of groups because.
I had to get rid of some.
You call them.
I do call them. I call them often.
Yeah.
I have to for my.
Asaf, what's up? You haven't used Kodi in over a year, so I'm assuming you're using Plex.
Hi 10.
Wait a minute. You used Kodi today.
That doesn't count. You use Kodi. I was just sitting here.
I make her use it. So what's the best current add-on? If you have Real Debrid, I would say Saren does a great job. The crew does a great job. Jarrell does a great job. Death Star does a great job.
Is Death Star still around?
Yeah. Numbers does a great job. Venom does a great job. Those are some off the top of my head.
I prefer Saren. No offense to the crew people.
Yeah.
I just like the whole, I don't know, so the autoplay, that next up thing there is freaking awesome.
Next up, yeah.
I think they probably all do that maybe, but yeah, Saren's pretty.
It's quick.
Yeah, it's quick. I've gotten used to it now. But yeah, RD. You want RD.
Okay. There's Sir ARB.
Sir ARB. That's fantastic. That's so cute. Oh, you just cut me out though. That's fine.
Hold on, let me see.
I'll just do this every once.
How about that?
Do this every once in a while.
How about that? You're back in the picture. So what's up with you, Abby? So your thoughts, since you don't use Kodi though, right?
No, I haven't used it for years. I don't have a clue what's what.
Right. But I mean, but you got what I was talking about with how they're kind of being sneaky shit with the install and stuff. And backdoor, and anybody that's had Kodi that had that forced install of Indigo goes back to Placenta. Remember Placenta when he took over the repo?
Yeah, and everybody all of a sudden had Indigo.
Right, Placenta shut his repo down within like a day. Boom, shut it down, and so his repo was gone. And TVA
he took over the URL.
Came in and created their Placenta. What was it? Was it?
No, they
he called it Placenta.
They
he called it
just
something else.
hijacked the URL for GitHub.
That GitHub thing, and then
hey,
so
look,
then
I got Indigo. Woo-hoo!
Put Indigo and Exodus installed automatically on an update for Placenta. So he wrote the back of it, and then it was a bitch to install because you had to disable. What was it? You had to disable the repo, uninstall Exodus, restart Kodi, go back and uninstall Indigo, then uninstall the ARB or not the ARB, the TVA repo, then uninstall the Placenta. It was like
Placenta.
The Placenta. You had to install a whole bunch of shit, and it was just a pain in the ass.
For something you don't want.
Yeah.
Anybody talking on the side there? Huh? See, that's so American.
What?
In Canada, it's
Hey? Huh?
Yeah.
What? Huh?
We were watching a drag queen show today, and there's a guy who's apparently he's French Canadian, and he did the worst Canadian accent ever. He sounded exactly like Todd. His accent was awful. It's a cross between Chinese and I'm not sure what else. It's horrible. Horrible.
Our guilty pleasure on this holiday has been RuPaul's Drag Race.
I've never watched it before. It's fantastic.
That is, you really don't want to watch it by yourself. You got to watch it with somebody else. So when you can look at him and say, "Oh my God, did they just do that?" You ever seen that ARB?
No.
Oh God, when they're pulling stuff out of some dude's fake vagina, it's pretty weird, man.
It's great.
It sounds fantastic.
Doesn't it though?
Mm-hmm. So, what's up with you? What's happening? What's going on?
Oh, nothing. Literally nothing.
What exciting life.
Yeah, I just work all the time now, man. I got promoted, so just always at work.
How are your kids doing?
Oh, they're doing all right. We just had World Book Day.
You must be getting big.
You see, the little one went as Olaf.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Did you see the latest?
His favorite costume.
See the latest Frozen, but probably not.
No, not the last one. All right. So, hey, have you been any more running? Because you were doing the marathons there for a while.
It's crazy.
I did the Great North Run, but I've run once this year.
Well, this year is only 3 months in.
Yeah. Well, I was running from February last year.
Holy crap.
Yeah. I think I'm old now, man. I've done my knee in. It's fucked.
What?
Oh, your knee.
Look at you.
I hurt my knee.
I haven't. Well, see, I haven't talked to you. You and I haven't talked in a long time. And if I had Griff, I haven't talked to Griff or Kara. So my whole English twang is completely off.
Comparing you to a Scot.
Nah.
Because listening to Kara and listening to Griff, you will hone in on your English dialect.
He's a Geordie. He's a Brit.
Yeah, I can understand everybody else that's talking to them. I have to really listen. So,
I think that's racist.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah. All right. So let me go through some of the questions we have over here on this side. Let's see. Kara says, Saren is her go-to. I had suggested that. ASIF, yes, it is. You need to use Premiumize, all Debrid, real Debrid, some Debrid service for Saren.
Oh.
All right, so
It is a really, really
It's-
nice one.
It's basically not worth having Cody now unless you've got some sort of debrid.
Pretty much.
True. You can. I will say that some of the add-ons, I go to Death Star or the Crew, who are or Magic Dragon, where they have playlists that are playlist add-ons that have links going to for free things. Some of those work pretty well, but they're going to work just pretty well. You and
It's like the way it's evolved all the way along.
Yeah.
You know, it started off where you had individual links, and then you were pulling from a site, and then you were pulling from all the sites, and it's just developed all the way along. Now you have to pay for sites, and it'll get where they'll get trashed, and then God only knows where we'll go from there.
Yeah,
it's going to get interesting.
It won't matter to me because I don't use Cody.
Me either.
I'm getting more wine.
Hello, Mark. Hey, give me another beer, babe.
In a sandwich?
No, I don't need a sandwich. I ate too much earlier. All right. So Asif
Too much information.
Do you have a sandwich?
Asif would it be Asif or Asif?
Probably Asif.
Says is real debrid worth it? Is $3 a month worth it?
Oh God, yeah.
No brainer.
That's a fucking cost.
$3 is what it costs you if you want a month.
I had it once. That was when you gifted it to us.
Yep.
That's an
It was really. It was.
stripper. 18th of a stripper.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, for always using the free stuff, and as soon as I started using that, you could just tell the difference.
Yeah,
it's just such more. The quality was better. It was more stable.
And I mean, I pull 4K. I pull 4K from my TV on debrid. Now, there is issues some once in a while if I get a bad server or something, but for the most part, it works pretty good. Unless I'm trying to watch a 75 gig film, then I may or may not get it. But that's maybe due to some of my internet. I mean, I have a 100 meg line, so if I keep it into 30 gig, I have no issue. So we have another question. Well, LG says he wants to set up Gaia. I have set up Gaia. Gaia is a good add-on.
Gaia's still out there?
Yes.
Still
but
going.
When Gaia, say again.
Still going, is it?
Yeah, it's going. When Gaia went to 5.0, I think is the number, if I'm not mistaken. They tried to add a lot of stuff. You remember when Destiny had the promo, the trailer that would play before the video
while you were waiting for it to load?
Yeah. So Destiny had a thing where it would play the trailer while it was loading the links.
Yeah, it kept you busy.
Thought it was a great idea.
Yeah.
Gaia
was that like iStream?
I don't have that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like iStream did. So, but Gaia tried that, and I could never get it to work. And I haven't used it since 5.1 or 5.01, whatever one. They updated it a couple times. I had a lot of problems with it. They added a lot of features. I had issues with it, and I found it heavy. It's a very big add-on. If you install that, I remember you showing a giant compared to any of it.
If you chose you had different things where you could say, like, start it as is, or if you want to add this stuff, and you had like 4 different levels, I think, eh?
Yeah.
And if you went to the most intense where you got to pick everything, it was like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was a 20-minute. It was a 20-minute. Wizard install.
Awesome if you went. Awesome if you
every
know
single
it.
feature. Because it had you could install your VPN, you could do your torrents and your tracker, your track.
But at the same time, that's a little bit of a problem because now you're tweaking so many different things that it gets a little gummy at some point. You know, where it's nice to just load an add-on, add your RD, go.
And play. All right, Ed B also
too much time messing on with add-ons. Too many settings.
Ed B posted one I didn't mention when somebody asked about add-ons. Fen was another one.
Fen. Never heard of it.
Yeah, Fen has a lot. It's Fen. It's
F-E-N.
basically it's a premium Fen. F-E-N. It's a premium add. It's a premium. It's a premium add-on. It needs premium services, so you need a debrids of some sorts. It has a lot of extra features. I've looked at it, messed around with it a little bit. Wasn't my cup of tea. I didn't make it part of my home setup, so there's a lot of stuff I didn't try because I didn't make it my home setup. When I make it my home setup or put it on my home set, then I'm playing with it all day long, and I can say,
okay,
hey,
I got a dumbass question. Because I haven't used it in a while. Now, if you're setting up RD, there's no way to set it up across the board, right? You've got to go into each add-on and do it?
No, it depends. You have to go into if it's using. All right, so Saren. All right, so if it uses resolve URL, you go into resolve URL, you authorize it. Now, if it's using URL resolver, if the add-on is using URL resolver, so if it's using both resolvers, then you'd have to go into that resolver and say allow
it
it.
automatically transfers into all the add-ons.
Yes, any of the add-ons that would
because
plug
Gens
into
used
that.
to have to friggin' check a little box. Nobody else
Right.
had that.
Well, you had to, you had to enable.
Authorized, basically, like RD. You know how?
Yeah.
You still have to go in the add-on.
You can still
check
some
something.
add-ons tell you to check the box for RD. Not all. I'd say very few actually check the box to use RD or not.
Well,
You just
it depends on how they set the gen up, because a lot of them just stay with the.
If it's a gen, yes.
Okay, but so if it's not a gen though, and
So just like Genesis and Exodus and that, they just showed it once you enabled it in the resolver.
So 3 different add-ons use resolve URL, and you go into through their settings. In one of their settings, you go to resolve URL. You authorize RD. All 3 of those add-ons will automatically have RD working.
True. If they're using that, that's why you may have to do it twice. One using URL resolver, one using resolve URL. Only add-on I will say that's a little bit different is if we had Destiny, which had its own resolvers, and Saren, which uses its own resolvers. Saren, you do need to go into it and say authorize RD, which means what I mean by you don't check it to say use RD. You go into the universal resolvers and say, okay, authorize. It gives you the code.
Okay, so
click it.
Normally, for example, you go into something, you go authorize RD. Will take you outside of the add-on and into RD. Right?
No, it's usually in the settings.
So
it stays in the settings.
You go and you enter your code.
Yeah.
But with Saren, you'd have to do it again because it's their own.
Yes, because
now
it's its own resolvers.
You got 3 different ways that you have to do it.
And yes, because if it uses its own resolvers, because it's using its own resolvers, so it's saying Real Debrid is wanting to say
itself.
Real Debrid says I haven't been told that it's okay to use those resolvers.
So do we know which add-ons have their own independent ones?
Saren's the only one that comes up. Maybe Gaia, but I'd say Saren. I know for that.
So I'm guessing you'd know once you actually try to play something.
Yeah, it's going to say no. It's going to skip them all. The other, I'll say, the crew, any of the Death Stars add-ons, any of the Gen add-ons, they're all going to use resolve URL. So if you authorize it in one, it authorizes it in all of them.
Oh, and just so everybody out there knows, I'm going to make a new build, and it's only going to have one add-on in it. So if you want it, just let me know.
All right. Premiumize or RD. Reason asking is there's a lot of RD links. Torrents not working. Okay.
That's because it's more popular and less likely.
Premiumize, is that not mainly torrents? Oh wait, they're both torrents, man. What the fuck?
They're both, but they also all are linked to hosters, RapidGator and all
Same
those kinds of
hosters,
things.
probably.
Okay, so
Pretty much, yeah.
Premiumize offers more features. You get a terabyte of upload space that you can use.
That's cool.
It has a VPN.
But it's more expensive.
It has a VPN that you can use, so it's another extra feature. But it is more expensive, like 3 times the cost.
Terabyte.
3 times the cost, unless you bought it during Christmas, or no, if you bought it in November they offered 2 years for $99. So if you break that down, that's close to the same price as RD, because RD is $30 a year, so $60 for 2 years. So it was $99 or $90 for 2
18 euros for 6 months, right? For RD.
What?
Is that right? 18 euros, which is more than America.
I want to say it's 18 US. I want to say less.
US.
I think it was 18 US.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was euros.
So, but
Actually, Aldebrid lowered their prices to match RD now.
that's interesting.
Very.
RD.
Well, actually, a penny under.
So, David, though, just so you know, like here we have RD, and we've had 0 issues with buffering or anything. So
There was a couple that we had to back out. There was a couple.
I think that was you, to be honest.
Maybe they're weird. I mean, it's pretty rare. I'll tell you one of the coolest things, guys. Go. I'm a pimp one of my videos. Go watch that Real Debrid, the second one I did, the second version, because I show you how to add your own links to unrestrict your own links. And we went and watched Sonic because it was out. That
wasn't on my Plex?
No, that was on. So Sonic was only announced, scene released within like 30 minutes. She didn't even have it on our Plex. And so I went and found it on RapidGator, added it to my Real to Brid unrestricted links. I opened up Real to Brid mod script on because I have it on my Kodi.
And it worked perfect.
Boom, link plays, no problem. It plays just great.
Yeah.
And so great unrestricted links inside Kodi.
That's the thing is that people don't realize is that you have an RD account. You can do more with it than just authorize an add-on for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Todd did those 2 videos, so I did 2 on actually how to steal shit through a browser.
You just did 2 videos so you could fucking swear in it. That's what you did.
Possibly.
Asif asks, does Real to Brid use torrents? Yes and no. Yes, torrents are available. Now, what it does is it downloads the torrents, and I said that in my video. It downloads torrents. You're not actually linked to the Pirate Bay or whoever torrent site. It downloads it, holds it onto the sites, and it does it. It also uses hosters, which would be your upload.net or your RapidGator or some of those websites. It links to those hosting sites, so it works. It's already some of the things are already on those hosting sites. It just pulls it and you watch it. Again, I said it in the video. You're not linked to a torrent directly. You are linked to a server using it.
I just wrote a big article on that.
It's like when you're using your Plex and you use a seed box instead. You're not downloading it directly to your host. You're downloading the server out there somewhere. So it's like it's not linked directly to you, which is nice. But I don't do that.
No.
I don't do that at all.
So I'm going through. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to catch up with some of the chat that was down here.
Can I throw a link in there, Todd?
Yeah. Knock yourself out.
All right.
Yeah, because you got a new website.
Porn video, don't do it.
He created
I sell those.
I'm not giving that shit away for free.
Somebody got a copyright infringement notice from using Fen.
Oh, really?
Well,
because they have a download option in there, and people hit download.
Oh.
Maybe.
I never download.
But I don't know about that. If they were using
add-ons for Kodi Reddit.
If they were using Fen,
but downloading though, Todd, not just streaming.
I know that, but unless, all right. So what if now if they were using what was the remember there was the torrent thing that you could watch live stuff on. What was that called? It was a plugin that you had to have for live stuff, and because remember Lee talked about it, and we wanted a link, and you could watch live stuff. It was
Oh, you're not Pulsar though, not those.
It was Pulsar used it. Pulsar used it, huh?
Siblings. Quasar, Pulsar.
It was Pulsar, but Pulsar linked to that script. What it allowed, if you allowed it, so what it allowed is that you could connect to the swarm without it wasn't cached to Real to Brid or Premiumize or whoever. You were actually pulling from the torrent directly. If you guys, and that was if Pulsar used that script.
What's your language?
I cannot remember. It was it's a longer word. Because I did a video on it about 1,000 years ago. Pulsar and Quasar linked to that script, and it was a torrent-based thing, and it would pull. And the problem is that you are connecting directly to these swarms, and can cause a problem. And then you're directed. Whereas when I've talked about it, Premiumize or Real to Brid, they download it, and you can't watch it until it's downloaded. You can't do nothing with it until they have it. So that would, and even if it wasn't a cached, like Ed B says, requires an authorization for cached only. Even if it wasn't cached, you can't watch it until Real to Brid has it, because if anybody's ever clicked on something it sits there and you got to wait for it to finish.
I remember that script. It was kind of like YouTube, where you start, if you had shitty internet,
yeah,
and you start playing the video, you can't get past where it's already downloaded.
Right, it would like buffer, it would cache, and all of a sudden then it would start to play, and it did live.
So that's why it would take a few, like a minute.
And it wasn't Elementium
to actually start loading it so you could watch it.
It wasn't Elementium.
No,
it was a freaking. It was different colors and like a icon. It was like a circular icon. Damn, I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look at my videos. Alpha, hey, I see he's on the chat over on the side.
Shut up.
Yeah, over there.
I posted a link to a new site.
Where did you post it in
I think in the.
Yeah,
here?
in the chat.
Like
And I'm just gonna have a bunch of shit in there.
like which chat?
Okay, what is it though? What's it for?
Everything, Cody.
It's like a help.
Videos, blogs, links, all kinds of shit like
Promoting
that.
yourself right now? Is that what's going on here?
I sure am.
YouTube or
Pimping.
YouTube.
Like,
There's no ads. There's no freaking VPN sales.
But it's pretty entertaining because Mark swears his fucking arse off.
It's
Yes.
all text.
It's my stuff. That what the fuck? WTF?
Mark, I don't see.
What was that thing down there at the bottom?
I don't see it.
Oh no.
Where
those
did
are
you post
Those
it?
are thumbs up.
Yeah, where did you post it, bro? Hey, post it in the send it to me on Telegram.
10-4. I think the echo is coming from Todd's mic.
It may because I got speakers and if I can't put a headset on because then she can't hear me.
Blah,
right.
blah blah. Can you guys tell I've had a little bit of wine and I'm getting a little red?
That's from being smacked.
Oh, you fucking wish. You'd love to smack me around.
I sent it to your telly.
I think we both know that I can fucking take you.
No, I
Well,
can
you
take
only
it.
weigh like 110 pounds.
What are you talking about? I'm a big fella.
Big fella.
I'm a big fella right
Well,
here.
you're a big fella, right? I'm just not tall.
All right, so I posted that link in there, folks. You can check that out. mystuff.wtf.
Thank you.
So, all right, so we got that going. So hopefully that answers some of the questions. I don't know.
Andrew, do you want to say
Yeah,
anything else
ARB.
about TBA before we move on?
Alpha. That is blue behind me. Yes.
DVA sucks.
Yes. Yes,
Uh,
it does. Stay the fuck away from it.
Okay, so two of my subjects was Plex and the TVA. YouTube canceling the API for Kodi. Yes. If Reaper, that's something I don't think. I'm gonna look it up.
You know what, babe? Can I give a little suggestion? Can you read what they're saying when you actually answer it back? Because people who aren't reading the chat have no idea what you're talking
That's
about. You're like, yeah, George, yeah, but yeah, definitely. Oh, I would definitely do that. And people are like,
Thank you for your critique, Peanut Gallery.
oh, I'm leaving. You're so not getting a blowjob later.
So, back to so YouTube checking APIs. Okay, so Kodi's API, which means the API, which in
You're flustered.
normal terms means that is the agreement or the script that tells that YouTube gave Kodi and says, "Hey, I will let us share content. If you want to, you're Kodi and then you want to connect, I'll allow you because you're using API." Kodi got rid of all those APIs. So if you're YouTube got rid of all those APIs. So you may see that it says API has been canceled or deactivated.
Okay, so what does that mean? You got to get your own.
So you need to get your own API. You need to get your own API, and if you get your own API, you can do it just fine. And I have if you go to, this was a video that somebody posted and sent me a message on this, and you can go to this website or go to this YouTube video, and basically you can go to it and it will show you how to create your own thing, your own APIs. There's a few people that had done this. I know that Diamond created a video for it, and a few other people created videos on getting your own API. Get your own API, put that in your setup. YouTube will work great. What they're doing is they're basically limiting the amount of traffic going through each API. So instead of millions of requests going through one API, which Kodi was allowing, or I should say YouTube was allowing Kodi to go through one API, millions and millions of requests. Because think about this, I was talking to the creator of the Destiny Add-on we were talking about, and he was looking at this actual problem. When you open up YouTube through Kodi and you do a search for something, that's counted as a request. Then you go to a category, that's counted as a request. You click to watch a video, that's counted as a request. You go and do a search, that's counted as a request.
That's a lot of
So
requests.
each request, so say if you're just browsing YouTube and you click through a bunch of stuff, you could actually here, babe. Put it there. What do you just put it on there?
Charge it. But
Just set it on here.
get it going on there. No, I'm
You're-
going to charge this.
Oh, your smoky smoke. Right there. There you go. Merry Christmas. So one person could actually request or use a bunch of requests pretty quick just by browsing the YouTube or asking for, like, every time you asked to watch a trailer, that was a request. So, some people are like, well, 1,000 requests a day, that should be plenty. No, unless it's just for you.
Okay, but basically though, this is going to affect the fact that if you're using add-ons that have YouTube playlists
Or trailers.
Okay, but the thing, or trailers.
Or trailers.
Because if you really want YouTube, then use the YouTube app, like Android.
Yeah, on your
boxes,
TV,
you have
yeah.
YouTube.
Because YouTube app has an API. So
use
they
that if
have
you're
their own
going old
API.
school.
Right. So they have their own API, so you're going to be able to use it. So what they did is they basically limited what Cody's able to do. And they're like, we don't need all this traffic blasting through on these one or two APIs.
Well,
So
it
they
used to
limited
be $1 million per API, and they cut it down to 4,000.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a big fucking difference.
They mean business. They want you to watch their ad.
Well,
Yeah,
can you blame them, really, though?
No.
Really, can you blame them?
Well, yeah, they're just wanting.
You're taking away from their shit.
Yeah, because Cody doesn't give you ads. So they've got to have you.
If Walmart had some dude standing outside selling their shit for half the price. Or
Was it a VPN?
Yeah, it was that.
All right. So can I request a request? I don't know what.
Jesus.
Not sure about
I
that.
just got mind fucked there.
Ah.
Can I request a request?
Cody doesn't show add-ons, and that's so you basically what you're able to do with an API. You have to request it, and again, the link I posted. Go back if you're watching the video. Go back, put that URL in there.
Okay, so hold on. How hard is it to get an API from?
Oh, easy. You can do
same
it.
as like TV database.
Well, it's
a little
easy
harder.
for us.
A little bit.
No,
little
but
harder.
I mean a quick video to show you.
It's a quick
how
video.
to-
Yeah.
Show you how to
Her video right here is 7 minutes long.
I
So it's
don't
not
know through the
most
forum.
movies-
It's not a
most
Dabs
movies would be
video.
like, hello.
Dabs would have took about 20 minutes.
Oh,
to make
fucking
that.
right.
She did.
Oh.
China did it in 7. So
Well, I've been
Shannon,
watching.
Shannon could have done it in about 30 seconds.
no, you.
The Cody forum. It's been going on like for a week now, and people are trying to follow directions. They can't do it. They keep fucking it up. It's a big clusterfuck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not rocket science.
So all right. So Ed wants me to go ahead because I posted in one of the groups that I had a video to post, and he says, well, as long as you're not trying to sell nothing. I said, I'm not trying to sell nothing, but I am giving people a link for IP Vanish, and I'm using my affiliate link.
Jesus, and apparently blue porn, blue shower cam.
Oh yeah, that's high dollar. That's how
Selling
demand
that all
that is.
week.
That is in high demand right now.
Hey, might not look much.
I got. Look at there, man. Here's another request right here. Right here. They said,
See,
yeah.
Everyone who was in Bob got free unlimited access to that.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I had to cut you off, Arby.
Yeah. Everyone in Bob got free access.
Yeah.
Oh, good times. But yeah. So that YouTube is doing that. So if you're wanting to use YouTube within Cody, and again, really for me, I only notice it when I try to watch a trailer. You can pull up the context menu, and I want to watch a trailer for a movie before I
How
watch it.
often do you do that?
Not often. Not often. That's the only time I see it. If
You just don't like when it gets taken away. It's kind of weird, eh?
Right.
You don't really use it, and all of a sudden you can't watch a trailer. It's like, holy fuck, what the fuck, YouTube? What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing to me?
Yeah.
So
Meanwhile.
yeah. But if you want to do it, I posted the link. Go watch a video if that's important to you. It's going to take you probably 10 minutes, 15 minutes to set this up. You're going to get a code, a key. You're going to get a number, and you're going to put that in in your Cody setup, and then you're done.
Right in the YouTube add-on, or
Yeah, I think you put it's a YouTube add-on. You put it in YouTube add-on, you're done. It's
Somebody's
not.
asking about API. The difference
He's
between
asking about a
API
pin
and
system.
PIN.
All right, so an API and PIN system is two different pin
two
systems.
totally different things.
So API is basically YouTube saying it's okay to link to that particular add-on, that application. So YouTube saying, yeah, we're going to give you an authorization to use that particular device, Cody. So that's what the
To
API is
access
doing.
the site.
All right. So pin is used so that it creates a thing to where whenever you want to use certain add-ons, and add-ons do that, it says go to this add-on, and you go to this if you go to this website, go through it, and you will be given a pin. You put that into the add-on, and it authorizes you to use the add-on.
And sometimes people will do they get links to stuff? So it's like they get a little bit of money from it.
Well, it's because you're on the website.
People use pins.
You're
Right?
Website.
They're using it to make a little bit of
right
money.
because you're
Sometimes
on the
not.
website.
Sometimes they're just trying to limit the amount of users.
No.
That's
It-
it's all about money. What the fuck
I
am
mean,
thinking?
maybe. Well, it does limit your users
Well, because
because
a lot of users
a
don't
Todd-
want to fucking do
a
that.
Todd's
Yeah,
not
it's
gonna-
like a lot of smaller, well, not smaller add-ons, because I was going to say UK Turks, but that's not a smaller one. A lot of those types, they didn't have like massive servers,
yeah.
and
Because
like
servers
the
are expensive.
how popular his was, it just kept going down. So
What are we talking about?
He's talking about
pins. We talked
he's
about
talking,
Okay, well, what about UK Turk? He
yeah,
went
that's what
pin,
he's talking
right?
about. Yeah.
Okay, he went pin, and
Yeah.
is he still around?
he
Yeah.
used pin.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, you do limit your users because people aren't going to want to install it because it's more
It's work.
time. I don't want to have to pull up my phone. And again, is it hard? No. I go to a website that I probably bookmarked. I can go and click there, and
It's
I
the same
go
as
browse
doing
it, and there's my key number, just like Real to Brid. There's a key number. I put it in on my TV, and I go and I watch it.
Because
And
we're
now,
lazy fuckers.
and it's
That's why.
given now. I don't know. Some systems give you 3 hours. I don't know what they do it now. They may give you longer. They used to do it like 3 hours. So you had a 3-hour
That's
window.
where it's a pain in the ass.
You had to do it for
if
3
it was
hours.
a one
It's
time,
4 hours.
I'd be fine with that. But
Okay.
every 3 hours?
So that's where. But again, it slows.
Does that cut you off halfway through? Lord of the
No.
Rings extended version
Once
of
the movie starts, it counts. Once it
Sorry,
starts.
It's like 4 hours. One.
Yeah. I mean, unless it was a red tube kind of thing, and then you only need like 10 minutes.
Oh Christ,
Five.
not even that. I fast forward to the good shit.
So that's the difference between a pin and an API. In an API, you only get it that one time. You put it in on your setup, and you're done. A pin system, depending on the developer and what they
What
require,
was that?
3 hours.
Pins where you email me a copy of your bank card and your 4-digit pin code.
All right, so I'm gonna go through here. Hold on, I jumped. All right,
David, it's
so-
really easy to download for Real to Brid.
yeah, I was gonna say that was the next question I was gonna. I was looking at the one where Paul actually talked about, because Paul had the add-on, the karaoke thing, and it was linked to YouTube, and you needed it for stuff like that. So some of your playlists inside certain add-ons will need the YouTube because that's what they're linked to. So there is some that need it.
All mine are YouTube.
Yeah, for your add-ons would need it. How
You got
often?
that irritating notification.
So one of the things with your API, if I'm not mistaken, when you first set it up, you can request how many. When you set up the account, I believe you can tell it how many requests you want, and like how many you think you need a day. You don't want to say 2 million because they're not going to give you an account.
Yeah, they actually charge for some of the APIs if you go really high.
Okay. So David said, what's a good way to record or save movies to watch later? And as Mark said, you can use Real to Brid, all the Brid, Premiumize, this and that. Again, you can watch his videos where he showed it. I'm sure you showed it on your videos, Mark?
Yeah. How to steal shit.
Yeah, I showed it in my videos.
Did you say how to steal shit?
I am not stealing, I'm just borrowing it.
Yes, I put a video on YouTube on how to steal shit from YouTube and other places.
So yeah, you can do that, and you can actually save now when you download it. All right, so if you want to download it to if you're using an Android box, all right, there's certain add-ons that you can download it to. Then allow downloads to the device. I think Saren did. I think Fen did.
Pretty much any Exodus also.
Yeah, but you have to go. Most of the time, you have to go into the settings and say allow downloads.
Yes.
So you can go that route, and you could download it. But if you have a computer or something like that, you could download it directly to your computer via Real to Brid. Like Mark's in my video showed you how to download that, and you could actually put it on. You can put it on an external hard drive. You can put it on a flash drive. If you know how to send the files to your Android device, you can send them that way. But it's the easiest way would be to download it, put it on a flash drive or an external drive, plug it into your device. You're good to go.
The only thing I don't know is with Exodus ones, when you download, I don't know if it goes to Real to Brid or if you're going straight and downloading a torrent yourself.
Well, when I did it, it wouldn't download it until Real to Brid had the 100%. Then it would unrestrict the link. And after, because you know how Real to Brid would download it and you wait, and then it would give you that little icon. I'd hit it. It would go to the unrestricted link. I'd say unrestrict the link and it says to view it here or download it.
Oh, okay.
So, hey, Alpha says, speak back in hibernation. Bye, Blue. Bye, Todd. Bye, Baron.
See you,
Bye,
buddy.
Kara. Hey, bud.
Adios.
So Bob says, so I created a Gen add-on with a YouTube playlist, and each user would have to put it into their own API. Yes, unless you used a build. If you offer it through a build, you could put it in the build itself into the YouTube add-on, and then it would be pulling for that. Yeah. But if you're only having 4,000 requests a day, unless it's only you and your family using that build.
If you're huge like the Beast, you're fucked.
The Beast is big?
Yeah, because you're going to have tons of super repos in your build.
It was the first build in Cody.
Yes, it totally was. It was none of ours.
So I'm going through here. Paul said, Ed says he doesn't use pin add-ons. Again, I ain't going to kick a person if they want to use a pin add-on. Fine, use a pin.
Yeah, no, totally.
Use a pin. And again,
like,
it's going
back in the day, UK Turk was huge.
Yes.
People loved his stuff.
Yes.
So it's like if you loved it and you didn't mind doing the pin, give her.
In all fairness.
Give her.
In all fairness, when we were in Bob and remember ARB, you'll remember, we had issues with server speed because it couldn't keep up with the requests that we're having, because the demand was so much that we were having to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger servers.
A backup server for the main server.
Backup servers, and then people are like, "Oh, it's lagging, it's slow." And we're like, how many hits? And it's like a million hits. It's a million hits in a month, and it's like, oh, it's crazy.
Crazy. Gifts in your playlist.
Good old Bob.
I love them gifts. But those gifts were awesome.
Yeah.
But it was. So I can understand where Turks, or
even
I'll even say some of the other guys that Seminole that's running his Gridiron.
Who's Seminole?
Seminole, the guy that runs the Gridiron that did the Florida, the college football stuff.
Oh, I felt more, but I just kept thinking Seaman.
Huh?
Dole Nation,
yes. Where
it's win-win for them.
His live sports add-on got so popular, I can see where there was he couldn't use a $4 a month server. You can't do it.
Oh no,
because we had O'Neill on last week, and we talked about
when
that.
we had the one where we had our benefactor paying for it.
Yeah, that was probably what, $150 a month.
Cost him a lot.
It was like $150.
Yeah.
I mean, that was $150 a month, and he was paying for it.
Yeah,
we weren't, and yeah,
really nice.
When that came,
love you, Merp.
When that came to an end, it was like we can't. None of us. We were doing this for free.
Yeah.
So we couldn't do it. So I can understand where a pin add-on.
Yeah.
No, we weren't doing it for free.
No.
Remember?
I got that.
Remember that TV add-on thing that said that we all sold Android boxes?
Oh yeah. He was just trying to. That was kind of that redirect.
I've never made a cent from Cody. Not a cent.
Me
Although,
either.
wait, hold on. That's not true. I was sent a box once for my build. That sounded really dirty.
Wow, I
was sent a box.
I never got a box from Cody.
And they said, we'd like to use your build. Can we send you a free box? And I'm like, sure. That's about the only time.
Somebody
I
used to use-
No, don't send me a box. I already got one. I'm good.
Yeah, she's got a box.
somebody used to use my bill sent me £5 once, and I just used it to buy.
Horrible.
Remember when Leslie's wife was in hospital?
Yeah.
That's what the money went to when we put money in for flowers.
I don't doubt it. I mean, this is kind of, all right. So Kyle posted. Well, you weren't here last.
I love you, Kyle.
You weren't here. So Kyle talked about our Pia was bought out by another company, and there was
That
some
makes me
talk
sad.
about.
I actually canceled my PA.
So I'm not sure how that's going to play out, because sometimes when companies buy out other companies and their subsidiaries, and I can say that because I'm in the U.S. My company was bought out by Kroger's. Okay, so we were bought out by Kroger's. All right, so Kroger's is like the number two grocery chain in the U.S.
Besides
behind
Publix?
which chain do you think is the biggest one in the U.S.?
I have no fucking idea.
Martin
I don't live in the US.
Huh? No. Biggest food chain, Walmart. Okay, Walmart's number one.
Walmart's the biggest food chain?
Yes.
It's fucking Walmart.
Yes, it's Walmart. They got one in every damn
You
town.
guys are fucked.
So Kroger's is the number two chain behind Walmart. So we are a subsidiary along with probably 20 other grocery chains across the country. Kroger's doesn't say nothing to our company about how we run our company. Of course, they care about the bottom dollar and how much profit we're making at the end of the day. So I wonder, since Pia was bought out by another company as a subsidiary, I looked it up, and look we got people saying Piggly Wiggly and IGA. You guys,
Piggly Wiggly, damn straight, right?
Piggly Wiggly. That's
Sorry,
only
I've
Piggly
never
Wiggly.
been in a Piggly Wiggly.
they're only at the beach.
I'm not American.
They're only at the beach.
There's a guy who owns CyberGhost,
Oh, really?
$95.5 million.
Holy
So
bastard! Give me that money.
yeah,
I'm
don't look at
leaving
me
you.
like
I'm
that.
leaving you in a fucking second.
Yeah, don't count on me. So yeah. My point is that sometimes when these companies buy out another company as a subsidiary, basically they're buying them as an investment. So you're buying out these companies and you say, you know what, I'm gonna buy you, but you're making money. So
Or
guess
else
what?
we're fucking-
Guess what? We're gonna leave you alone, and that's what my company is like the number 3 or I'd say close to number 3 profit grocery chain in the country, behind Publix and Wegmans. They make more money than us in profit. We're right there making the profit. So as a profit margin, my company does really well. So
Winn-Dixie.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm
That
going
totally makes me think of Dave Matthews.
No. So what the thing is that so when a big company buys these smaller companies, they want that profit margin to stay right.
Yeah.
So you don't go
Or-
in and screw with them. You don't come in and say, hey, change this, change that, change this, change that.
No, they do the
You
old,
say-
you're doing well, and we're
Yeah.
gonna make money off you.
You just keep doing what you're going to get. We're gonna get our skim off of it. We're gonna get our 2%, 3%, whatever it is. We're gonna get our money,
Yeah.
and then that's all we need. And maybe that's what the company's doing with Pia.
Food City.
Food City. That's
used to have
only in
We
Tennessee.
used to have Food City in Canada, Ed. Just so you know.
Ed, that's only in Tennessee, and that's only because of Bristol Motor Speedway. It's the only reason I know about that with the big grocery cart. So
Cape Technologies. That's who owns it.
Who?
Cape Technologies.
Kit Technologies? That
Kate?
makes me think of Knight Rider. What?
Cape.
Oh,
Kate.
Kip.
No, I
With
don't know.
a Cape.
Can you even understand him?
Yes, he said
Yeah.
Cape. CAPE. He said
Cape.
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 Now you don't.
Cape.
So Kara says, in short about Pia, I don't know. I don't know.
Like, Kate, to be honest, I loved Pia. Pia was
Pia worked-
awesome.
I've got it.
solid.
I've got
Bought out, sure, by somebody respectable. Great. We don't know. It's not bought out by Adam and fucking TVA, so woohoo! But I canceled Pia, but only because I don't actually need it.
Yeah, you don't.
No. Like, I mean, when I was part of Cody and I was doing playlisting, I was a little more concerned about my privacy, so that was important to me. Now I'm not, so it's like, do I really need it? I was only using it on my laptop. I wasn't even like, I didn't have a router where I could have it on there and shot through the whole house. So now I was like, it was just an expense that was going to do, and I'm like, I don't need P anymore. Yeah, honestly, 99% of you don't need a VPN.
All right,
You
so
really don't.
I'm
If you're downloading, maybe. If you're not downloading, save the money.
Yeah, if you go
Save
through
the money. Hey, save the money and use it on a friggin' seed box for plus.
So I'm gonna go this route. People are getting an echo. No, people are getting an echo.
I'm being too loud.
No, it's not you. Apparently,
It's my speakers. Okay, so I see. All right, Chris, am I getting an echo now that I've changed over to this?
No.
You're
Okay.
good.
All right.
Nah.
Get that damn head. We'll get the fancy thing. We're gonna
Hey,
go.
ARB, I got my haircut. What do you think? Chopped it off.
Yep.
It was down about here.
Was it?
Boob level.
Is that boob level? Yeah.
I thought it was always that. I thought it was always that short.
Todd was like, "Oh, I like your long hair." I'm like, I'm cutting it off." He's like, "Oh, I guess so." And then I did, and he's like, "Yeah." I
You
gave.
got nothing to grab now, Todd. Nothing to hold on to.
Hey, ladies out there, if there's any ladies out there, you can always tell them to go fuck themselves.
I think Blue does the grabbing.
Nah, that's fair point. Fair point.
All right, so we're gonna move on since these guys are getting ready to start dogging on me.
Yeah.
So what is
so much fun.
All right, so I'll
There's only one person dogging on you, son. Sitting right next to you.
And his name is Midrell. Where's Mid when we need him?
So one of the things about I would suggest to people, and I do get people complain about, my IPTV's not working, or I keep trying all these things, it's not working. Reboot your modem, your router, I'd say once a week.
Oh, and make sure your RD hasn't expired.
Well,
That's
yeah.
number one.
Yeah.
That's what most people are like, oh shit, it ran out.
Yeah,
and Kyle, by the way, RD is my VPN. Best answer ever. Use RD, don't need a VPN.
Yeah. Because you're linking to them, not linking to something.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
And it's connected. It is connected to a HTTPS. So so when you connect to an HTTPS, your ISP has no idea what data you're transferring between you and Real to Grid, or even if you connect to a hoster like RapidGator or Upload.net. When you connect, because like some people say, well, you're not connecting to RD, you're connected to a hoster. Yes, you are, but you're connected to an HTTPS. Again, your ISP has no idea what traffic or what data you're transferring between you and them. You're going to get a letter from the MPAA when you connect to a torrent swarm, and that's a public swarm. And I've talked about that.
To your house.
And your ISP shows right there, and they can see that you're watching the Avengers, and they're like, well, here, all these people have the Avengers. If you ever had a torrent or use uTorrent or some of that stuff, you can see the percentage of what every single person has. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, and their IP.
And you can see their IP. Yeah. So what MPAA does is they go to these swarms for things that they care about. Normally, it's a new movie or new TV show. Game of Thrones was real popular when they did that, and they just go to it and they're like, "We're going to go to Pirate Bay, and we're going to go to a new release of that, and then we're gonna basically copy and capture all those ISPs for any of those ISPs that are correct, that are usable. Let's say it's the MPAA is looking at U.S. ISPs who are legitimate ISPs in USA, and they look at them like, oh, that's Capcom, that's Verizon person, that's Sprint, that's whoever, and they send those letters out to those people like that. When you connect and you're using Real to Grid or whatever, the MPAA has no way to know that you've connected and what data you're watching through that. If that makes sense. I mean, it's.
Redneck says, I still use a VPN when using Premiumize and RD. You don't need to, dude.
Well, but you can if you
are can,
worried.
But honestly, it's not like you're grabbing from here and pulling to your house. You're not.
Right, and this
is going from there to RD to you. So it's not coming from the Pirate Bay to you.
This is
RD's the middleman.
This is the logic that some people have, And again, you decide what you want to do and how you want to do it. The logic that some people have is, let's say that the MPAA serves premiumize a letter. Let's say they do. And they say, we're crashing you guys. We want all of your records. We want all your servers. We want all your information.
And now they got to go through your ISP after that.
And then they got to sort through all that information. They've got to sort through the millions of people that they have and the millions of requests, and then they got to pick them out. Yes, you're right. That could be the case. They could crash RD, or I'll say they go in and say that RD's doing that, and they confiscate the servers. Yes, that could happen. Do I think it's logic that it's going to happen? I don't think it's very.
You'll be fine.
I don't think it's going to happen. But again, if you want one level of
better safe than sorry, sure.
If that's what you
do,
want,
I worry about that? No, I don't.
I don't.
If I was grabbing right from the Pirate Bay directly to my house, yeah, I might be a little worried about that. But no,
I've been using RD since they started in 2003, and never had an issue.
I use Seedbox for my stuff, so I grab from wherever, throw it on Seedbox.
What did that
then
post?
I link to it.
I think they just hit hit 10 years.
By the way, can you scroll up just a little tiny bit where it says the Butcher and Blue didn't know you guys was married?
We're not.
No, we're not.
She's here visiting me.
No, he pays me daily.
Hey, can I have another beer?
Fuck no, not with that attitude.
Hey,
where the fuck's my beer?
Your wine's right there. What's taking you so long?
I'm out of wine, actually.
Oh, I do need a beer though.
I'll get you a beer just because you're the fucking host, you dick.
Yeah, I'm the host of the show. I can't walk.
Take it over.
So
yes, hopefully all of you will end up with a wonderful woman who'll make you sandwiches and get you fucking beers.
So do you need a VPN? You don't have to, but I explained what how that procedure works. You can decide if you think another layer of protection is what's needed for you. Hey, that's your business. Knock yourself out.
Well, like I always say, keep in mind, even if you have a VPN, they have hundreds of millions of dollars to hire people that could find you through
they
3 or 4.
Go through your VPN and track you that way. I mean,
if they want.
Christ, would I trust IP fucking vanish with my shit? No way.
But again,
no way.
But all right, so in the logic of they're going to get my information. So for the MPAA would have to single you. Now, when you're connected to a swarm on torrents, it's so easy for them to get your information because it's just right there. They can grab the ISP. They see where that ISP is. They send a letter to your ISP, say it's whoever it is, whatever your cable company
Usually you
is.
get a warning to
They'll send a letter to that cable company. Your cable company sends a letter and says, hey, we were notified by the Motion Picture Association that on this date you were watching whatever you're watching.
Yeah.
And that's all they're doing. They're just your ISP is just passing the information along. And that's all the Motion Picture Association saying, we're going to scare all these people. Now, if the Motion Picture Association said, I want to go after Todd, and we're going to go after everything he's watched, we're going to subpoena everything that is. So they got to go to a judge to go after me. So they got to prove to a judge that they want my information for some particular reason. They have to have enough proof. Yeah. They have to have enough proof to say this person has broke these laws to a judge and that we need to get his information. Then they can go to Real de Brid. Let's say they go to Real de Brid and say, we have a subpoena for this person to get that information because a judge found that person was doing something wrong and we want to go after him. Then possibly Real de Brid says, we're going to follow the subpoena and give you the information on that particular person. Now, what's the likelihood of the Motion Picture Association, ACE, Bren, whoever it is, to target one individual person?
Yeah.
Because you can't.
When 1 million people have watched that movie.
Right. They can't send a letter to RD and say, give us the IP addresses to anybody that's watched this movie. That's not how it works.
The thing about this whole situation is that if MPAA was smart, they won't go after the individual people watching it. They're going to go after uploaders. If they were smart, stop the people from uploading in the first place, then nobody gets the fucking movies, and then they get, you know what I mean? They cut out millions of people just by grabbing one guy who's uploading. So why are they targeting tiny little, These little people.
Just a scare tactic.
It's not worth it for no. Like I get when they're targeting people in Cody because your add-on just had 1 million fucking people use it in the last month. I get that. They're like an uploader almost. But I mean, why not start with where it all starts? Because one dude, Todd, wherever he lives, we don't know. This is like we have no idea where we are right now.
I have no idea.
Like I mean, all the work that goes into figuring out how to charge him. When if they were really concerned about pirating, they cut it off at the source, and the source is uploaders. If they didn't have any uploads, we wouldn't have any of the shit.
Hard
we have.
to do that though. It's
Why is it hard to do that? Why is it harder to do that than to find you when you're going through fucking RD and you got a goddamn VPN, but somehow they find you, but they can't find the dude that uploaded it to the internet in the first place?
well, that's because
Bullshit.
most uploaders are going to use a VPN or multiple
Ooh,
VPNs.
oh Lord, a VPN,
Yeah,
because
okay,
that'll
but-
protect you.
All right, or they upload it to colos, which we talked about.
But you know what I mean, though.
Those sites.
No, but
when they
think
go
of
to
the
those
money
sites.
they have.
Yeah.
And they're targeting
look-
one guy who's sitting in his basement watching some fucking shit movie.
in the
Yeah, but
basement.
isn't it like
Well, he's
there's
not in
like
the basement. I wasn't talking
like
about you.
international laws and stuff though?
What's that, Avery?
Like is it not something to do with like international laws and stuff? Like it depends what country they're in. Like
Well, yeah, and I can see that, but at the same time, like, is it easier to go after 1 million people one at a time than it is to grab the guy who provided that for 1 million people?
it's probably
Maybe.
easier to go for the people that are in the country that they're allowed to go after.
I get that,
Mm.
but at the same time, there's uploaders that are in the U.S. and
Yeah.
in
Oh, yeah.
countries where you can actually get them. So
Yeah.
why wouldn't you focus your efforts on stopping it from the ground instead of up here where everybody is? You know what I mean? Like one guy.
Let's
watch
not
this
stop.
One movie.
Let's not stop the uploaders. Don't
Yeah.
stop the uploaders. Damn it.
No, of course, us as users. But I mean, what the fuck is the MPAA thinking? Like honestly,
It's like it's when I
it's fucking
think
stupid.
I've said it in the past. It's
Oh my
like
god, we're gonna charge this guy. He answers questions on a website about possible people watching movies. So let's charge him and scare the shit out of him and his family. The
Right.
ARB for nothing.
Yeah.
For
They,
somebody who's not even involved in any of
they're
that
gonna
stuff.
watch the
For some
first
guy who's
5
just
minutes
taking
of Todd's
questions.
videos and be like, "Fuck this." Just leave this guy.
Like when shit happened with you.
look at it.
When
Ed
shit-
says, "Don't give him a strategy, Blue."
Oh fuck! When shit happened with you, though, like honestly, you were accused of things you didn't even do. That's how bad it was. That's how misinformed they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hey, I turned my
You're the
mic.
owner of this.
I turned the
You're not.
microphone. Hopefully, you guys can hear us
Yeah,
better.
but
'cause
you're the owner of this site. No, I'm not. I'm just
Yeah.
helping some people and answering questions.
But again, they're just looking at they're hoping to hit the biggest target that hits the
But
biggest
they're not
splash.
hitting the biggest target when they're hitting Joe Blow in his
But-
fucking basement.
But
Idiots.
But think about this.
And yes, Ed, I'm giving them information they shouldn't have because they're fucking idiots, apparently.
Yeah, we don't need you.
Yeah, please,
Get back
please,
on your
don't,
flex.
As if they haven't thought
Like
of
she-
that. Really.
please,
flex.
please stop pointing out the obvious to them.
Less wine.
Isn't it really sad, though, that
Yeah.
that's obvious and they don't fucking get it?
Well, I mean, we'll see how it all plays out. I don't.
And I shouldn't have given the Plex information earlier. Hey, Plex, you're welcome. And I already bought a Plex pass, so I guess you can't give me anything for fucking free.
I think there's going to be an upsurge in piracy soon with all these streaming services.
Yeah.
Well, I talked about that last week, and we in the U.S. The U.S. The cable companies and the satellite companies together are losing 4 million users a year. Right at 4 million users a year are cutting the cord.
Now, is that Cody or is that
No,
Disney
no,
Plus
that's
and Netflix?
no,
and
that's
Hulu
the
and
number. That's the numbers from DirecTV,
going now
Comcast,
to
Spectrum,
Netflix and
whoever. Those
Amazon
companies
Prime.
are saying this is how many users we have, and they are losing 4 million users a year.
Yeah.
And it's been over the last 5 years average. I showed it last week that there was it's like 4 million that are cutting the cable every year, and then there's an upsurge of people that they're cutting that they say cutting the cord, which was like off the top of my head I want to say it was like 72 million in the U.S. But then people are using. There's a lot of people using legitimate
Netflix,
sites.
Hulu, Cody.
Yep.
Not Cody, like
Or Sling TV.
Sling
Let's talk about that.
TV, Amazon Prime
Yep,
Video.
yep.
Like, yeah.
There's plenty
I
of
actually
legit
I mean,
sites.
I feel like I shouldn't get in trouble because I
Yeah.
have Netflix.
Yeah.
I have Disney Plus.
Mhm.
I have friggin' Amazon Prime. I use all those. I pay for them.
Yeah,
But I use Cody
Yep.
once in a while too because sometimes that shit sucks.
and again, you can use a lot. There's so many people that are getting, and we talked about that last week, that when these cable companies and satellite companies are being squeezed because they're losing their base people every year.
But you know what they're doing too
And the
at the
cost
same
goes
time
up.
though. Like I mean, if you go on, I think it might be Netflix. No, it's not Netflix. It might be Amazon Prime though, and they have. Oh, and you can also have this, but this is a subscription, and you can have this, but this is a subscription. So you're no longer paying your cable bill of $120 a month, but you're paying fucking 6 other people
Yeah.
$20 a month.
Yeah.
So now you're paying the same as you were anyway.
Yeah.
Because I
And
mean,
Disney's
BBC
made it worse.
like it's like fucking ridiculous. No wonder why people want to pirate. Like lower
Disney's
your goddamn prices.
Disney's made it worse because they've like bought Fox, then they've obviously they brought their own streaming
You got
service
Marvel,
out, so
you
then
got fucking Star Wars. You got
they've told
Well,
Netflix.
all right,
Netflix
so-
can't have any of their stuff, so now you've got to buy 2 services.
Yeah.
We talked when we talked last week. All right, so and I tried to last week. I tried to explain to people about why your cable bill is so high, and as ARB says, where Disney's bought so much. Disney, and I'm not even talking about the
Yes
franchise.
and no. Yes and no, though. They fucked themselves.
Well-
they fucked themselves by being so goddamn expensive that we've looked elsewhere for little tiny $7.99 a month, $8.99 a month. You're like excited about that, except that they all fucking tally up to the
Yeah.
same thing
Yeah,
we had.
they can.
If they had to just drop theirs to $20 a month, you can have whatever the fuck you want. We'd all still be there.
Well,
But they
but
didn't.
But again, if you go back to the basic, your satellite companies, your cable companies,
Fucking brutal.
Disney has monopolized they own so much, and I watched there's a guy you guys can look up, Tyler the Antenna Man. Great information. This guy has so much good information. I tweet about him once in a while. And Disney owns so many channels that they have such power over the cable companies, and they force the cable companies to buy all their channels. So your cable company, let's say Comcast is a U.S. company, or your Bell and Rogers or whatever. So they go to them and they say, you want the Disney Channel and you want ESPN. ESPN's the most expensive channel that they sell. It's like $9 or $10 for that one channel that they charge your cable company.
Fucking brutal.
So they say, you want ESPN, you want this, you want Disney. Okay, you got to have it. Because cable company has to have those, right? They can't live without having certain channels. So then they say, but you also need to buy the History Channel. You need to buy A&E. You also have to buy the Food Network. And you also have to buy this channel, this channel, this channel. Oh, yeah, guess what? For Disney alone, the cable company's paying $40 just for, say, Disney. Now, this is off the top of my head. So Disney is forcing your cable company to pay, let's say, $40 of your cable bill or your satellite bill. Then, all right, so that's not even the other channels, because Comcast or 20th Century, 20th Century Fox owns a bunch of channels.
And the thing is, the problem is that they box things together that don't fucking go together.
Right.
So you get like Disney with Discovery, but then you can't have National Geographic because it's not fucking in there. So you're gonna pay another $6 for that little fucking package, and it keeps going and going and going until you find that all the stuff you actually want are all in different fucking packages, and you're paying $20 a month for each package. So now you're at $120 a month. But the same thing's happening with fucking streaming services.
Yeah, and
The bottom line is the cable companies are getting fucked. The force to pay
but
all
you
this
know what?
money.
At the same
They're being
time,
forced.
fuck
The
fucking
shit
cable.
rolls down. Shit rolls downhill.
Hello, Cody.
It does, and they're
Hello,
being.
Plex.
And again, I, after doing some reading, I'm watching different things to read things. Your cable companies, they are at a fault, but they're also being forced in some ways because
But they are gouging.
because
You know they're gouging.
they in some aspects they are, but also Disney doesn't allow you to a la carte. Disney will not allow a la
Should
carte.
be like $1 a channel. That's
Because-
because you know what? Normally you watch maybe 5.
Right.
5 channels in total. All the
It's-
rest of them can go
yeah.
fuck themselves.
Right.
It's competitive prices that people want. Like
Yeah.
if you had a decent price for every service, I don't think many
Exactly.
people would.
Not
There would be
$6
loads more
for,
people would be willing to pay.
fucking watch.
And again, all right. Well, JJ Corca, let's see, says they somebody's $4 billion last. I don't know who he's talking about. Who made $4 billion? I guess
Probably Disney.
Disney. Maybe bought Pornhub.
I bought Disney Plus to be
All right.
honest, because you know what? I love Disney, I love Marvel, and I love Star Wars, and I like
Yeah.
watching that shit without buffering all the time.
But if you break it down into the small services, Sling TV, a very good, legitimate service that will not cost you an arm and a leg, and you can buy different packages.
Is Sling live shit?
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
I
it's
don't
live
watch
TV.
live. Personally,
It's
I
live
don't
TV.
watch live. I don't
It's-
care about sports.
but-
I don't care about.
So they
Amen.
have different packages you can buy, and they're actually not a bad price, and it's a legitimate package. If you want to be a cord cutter, you can do that, and it's not gonna kill you.
What is
I'm
it?
sorry,
Do you know
Mark.
what that is a month?
It's either $20 or $35.
And does that get you
remember-
most of the normal channels? Live,
remember we
right?
talked about it. We talked about it, and it had like a group of 20 was blue.
Oh, that
Oh,
was Sling.
and
Now you
the
can't get
orange-
anywhere except for the fucking states.
You can't get it in Canada. So
Bullshit.
you could get the blue package or the orange package, $20, or you could get both packages with $35. And that gave you, if you're in the U.S.,
And which is pretty wonderful,
center of the
as
world.
opposed to $120
Yep.
for fucking cable.
Yeah. and
Bullshit.
it does work. It's a very good. My son's using what I say, Philo. Philo is another good one. I saw someone posted up Pluto. I showed you
Yeah.
Pluto.
Yeah, Pluto was awesome.
Completely
Not available
free.
in Canada.
Thank you.
And
Completely-
Pluto is a Cody add-on too.
Is
Is
it?
it?
Yeah, they
I
have
didn't-
in the Cody
I haven't-
repo.
It's
I haven't-
also a
Look at you,
planet.
smarty pants.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Pluto is a planet.
Oh my God. Is it anymore though?
And a dog.
Didn't they say fuck Pluto? It's not actually a planet.
I think it was Uranus.
No, Uranus is still a planet.
Pluto was taken off the list as a planet.
I think it was.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well,
How
at least
bad
it's still
is
at
that?
Disney World.
You got to be big or else you get fucked up.
So Pluto's a great option. Exmo, my TV uses
That isn't a planet. I know that for a fact.
whatever. Was it UXMO? Exmo?
I don't drink. You're just making shit up now.
Wait, I'm down to half a beer.
You need a beer, baby?
No, not yet.
All right. Well, I'm bringing one anyways. I'm not going back again in 5 minutes.
Eximo. This is one. All right, Eximo TV is another good option for cord cutters. It's free. My TV has it built in, so I'm able to use it free. I don't know about other outside things. If you-
Well, another thing is, I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, I want to see my local news.
Yeah.
That's why I need it." You can go to their website in pretty much any state nowadays and stream it live from the actual news station's website.
If the news, yes, a lot of your channels will allow it during the. Now they don't allow, say, Judge Judy in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
They won't allow the TV programs, but if you're like, I want to watch live news, you can watch during that time. If you're in the U.S., why the hell you don't have an antenna? And I've talked about that on shows. I have an outdoor antenna. There is so few places that you can't get a TV signal for your local by putting an antenna outside. Now, one of the crappy antennas, and I've showed people, there's that one that looks like a laser beam thing, looks out of damn Star Wars with a laser beam. Don't get that piece of shit. It's not going to work well. Get a Channel Master antenna. Get a.
Is that what that big thing outside you have is?
Yeah, that's a Channel Master. Now that Channel Master is the top of the line. That's the Cadillac version of.
Well, I know every time you play shit, it looks awesome.
I mean, it's the Cadillac of antennas. It cost me $120. I mean, it's
for free live TV.
right, but I don't ever have to buy it again. It's done. Now the Mohu, if you want a free, you want an antenna that's going to get you your local channel. Mohu, Mohu, I think is what. Mohu's a great brand. Look it up. You can find it on Amazon. Find it wherever. That's it. Oh, thanks.
Tell them to start drinking faster.
So that works local if you want your local. Because people are like, I want to watch local, so I'm gonna keep paying. Put a little bit of money instead of you spending $100 and some odd every month to the cable
Well,
company.
you spend it once and you got free.
Yeah,
free
yeah.
live
I mean,
TV.
Do I pay nothing for what I have? No, I don't pay nothing. I pay
But for your live shit,
live.
nothing.
Well, for my live TV, live local, pay other than after I bought my antenna, I pay nothing. Now I have an IPTV service. Yes, I use a couple of them.
Yeah,
Yes,
for
that's
like
gonna
fights and
That's going to cost
basketball
me a
and
few
shit.
bucks. and then Real to Brit. It's going to cost me $3 a month. So in the scheme of it, I'm paying, off the top of my head, let's say $10 a month is what I'm paying. And I'm not going to count the antenna because once it's bought, it's bought. LG says rabbit ears will work in the city. Yes, rabbit ears, it will pick up. Some rabbit ears will pick up if you're in the city.
Ears picks up a lot of shit.
Yeah, but I'm out in the country. I'm not right in town.
Yep.
So depends on your location on an antenna. If you're in town, yes, you can get a cheaper antenna. If you're farther out in the boonies, you're going to need a better antenna.
But I can say that honestly, from seeing what you have, just from your antenna, freaking live shit's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like great quality.
Yeah.
You're grabbing from like everywhere.
And all right, so when we were watching Channel 11 and it went out, all right, that channel is 70 miles away. That antenna, that tower is 70 miles away.
It was awesome.
70 miles, and once in a while it goes out.
Yeah, not very often.
But it's not often. But that's the thing. I mean,
it looks like HD.
It is. It's 1080.
For free.
That channel's 1080
for free.
Some channels are 720. Depends on the channel.
Oh my God, no!
Heavens forbid.
No, it's
720.
But the best part about getting old is all that 720 looks fantastic.
It all looks bad.
Fuck you,
with old
4K. Fuck you.
It all looks bad with.
I can't tell the difference. Actually, if anything, we went to 1080, and I could see people's pores. Like it was like, ooh, like that grosses me out. But give me back to 720. I don't care if Meryl Streep has fucking big giant pockets in her face. I'm good with that.
You remember when stuff used to come out as like SD, and you'd post about it, and someone would go, "Oh, is it in 1080p?"
Oh yeah, yeah.
They still do.
Is that movie that's in the cinema out in 1080p yet?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Or something from 1920. Can I get that in 4K?
And in color. Hey, Mark, can I get that in color?
Yep.
It's the 1920s, you fucking idiot. No, you can't.
I'm actually doing a new add-on, and I found Honeymooners in 1080. It looks all right. So
1080.
I'd be okay with that not being a 10 because it was never in. That was.
yeah, it's always upscaled.
That would be like not even 420.
No.
That'd be like 218.
So again, if people are talking about with the sports, that's the only reason they use an IPTV. Again, I have
IPTV for sports, definitely. Especially if you want to
I
watch
have
like
a couple different
like big UFC shit
Yeah,
and whatever,
yeah, I'd
boxing,
like to
whatever.
have it.
Yeah.
And if you're a person that doesn't have to have, hold on a second, I'm getting rid of these links.
Easy way. Don't watch sports.
Well,
Yeah, I don't either.
I watch sports, and I like my
I
sports.
do if he makes me.
But there is some good add-ons, and I've said it before with the crew. Their sports scrapers are really, really, really good.
There's a few add-ons, definitely.
And
if you're huge into that, yeah, pay for it. You have to pay for it. If you
So,
want good.
yeah,
And you want to have your
yeah.
friends over and not be embarrassed when it goes out.
that is a bad feeling. I've been there.
Yeah, it's top to you.
I'm amazed by that because normally he has like 3
No,
different
this
IPTV
was early
services
on.
going at the
This-
same time. So
early
this
on.
one sucks. He goes to the next one.
Early on, I only had
before you learned.
I had what was that first one? ARB.
IPTV Stalker.
Yeah, I had Stalker. So I had Stalker back in the day when what was it? McGregor fight. It was the big McGregor fight.
And you had
way,
everybody
way
over,
back.
like, look at
Yes, I had all these people over, and we were drinking, and it must have been 10 people there, and we're all laughing, joking, and the fight's on, and then it was freeze. And I was like, "Oh, don't worry, I got another link," and I backed it up, link number 2. Oh, it's playing, freeze. And then I'm like, "All right, don't worry about it, I got this." And I'm like, then I'm spending all this time going from add-on to add-on looking, and I'm thinking, I had this stuff down pat. And after that, Dabs learned that I will have a couple different IPTV servers, and I always have my ducks in a row. The last McGregor fight, people were over here. My IPTV service gave me an issue, and I got pissed off, and I went to a free add-on that I just talked about. I went to them, and they had a link, and it played just fine. And now it was in like, it was probably in 480. It wasn't in the 720 but it was fine. It played no buffering, and it played. And I'm thinking,
Yeah,
I'm watching
1080 buffer.
I'm
or
watching
4,
this. I'm
480
watching this.
playing?
I'm watching
okay
this
with
on a
480.
free add-on,
Yeah.
and not watching it on the 3 IPTV
Yeah,
services
and you didn't
because
charge people to come to your house to fucking watch.
I didn't. They were just sitting there. And I paid for the
sorry,
beer and the
sorry,
food.
Okay, sorry, you got 480. It's only $1 instead of 10.
Yeah, they didn't pay for that. So yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
that's what you described is pretty much anyone who's new to Cody. They're all excited. They invite the whole family over. Then they get fucked.
And that's the thing is, doesn't matter what you pay for IPTV. It's not a guarantee.
Yep.
It ain't fucking cable, and it sure as shit ain't fucking pay-per-view.
Yeah. Hey, here's Jizz Planet. He says when Luke. When I did the side of Cody and I got a message from some guy asking me to stop moving the camera and eating while I was recording the copies. So, yeah, whoever's add-on you're using, they did not record that. So that is kind of funny. But it's
he was in Phoenix.
Yes, I do. Yes.
He's a good little dude.
Yeah, and
he's actually getting to be an old dude now.
Yeah,
he's a little prodigy.
I think he might be like 24.
Hey,
well, they still do that with the that casino shit from the cam stuff. Like, how do I disable this pop-ups in the gambling ads? I'm like, it's hard coded in. There's nothing you can do about that shit.
Oh, we talking about that? Yeah,
I
know who you're talking about.
Xbet.
Yeah, it's the first guy to come out with an actual good copy, except that his shit scrolls through it over and over again. It's annoying as crap.
Well, a lot of the Russian, especially Russia, Russian.
Okay, and how the fuck are the Russians getting it first? How does that work? Hollywood.
Putin.
You fucking morons.
Putin did it.
You're releasing in Russia first?
Trump's the best friend.
They probably allowed.
Here you go, Putin. Take this one.
Well, because the stuff releases over there before it releases in the U.S. because they're well, let me tell you why. Because they are under the assumption, as well as these Korean HD rips, they think that if they do this, it's going to stop piracy. So they are so fucking far behind. Exactly. They're so far behind the fucking curve.
Because we're like saying thank you.
Exactly.
I don't care if it's got hard-coded subs. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think also especially with the cams.
Russians got Snowden.
But I think that with the cams though, they're not looking at that. I mean, they don't have somebody watching it like in the U.S. There's probably a little bit tighter with people watching.
Okay, but hold on one second. We've been to the show. Yeah, I know little muscles.
She did.
We've been to the show a million times.
Maybe not.
You could have pulled out a fucking cam.
Yeah.
Would anybody noticed?
Pulled out an iPhone.
Nobody notices. It's not like it's like less security in Russia or China.
Well,
if anything, it's probably the fucking opposite.
But most
of the days of ushers were gone.
Cam sitting right here while I'm fucking whacking you, and nobody fucking noticed.
Oh, good lord!
Well, like really.
But I don't think that
not that that's ever happened.
But I don't think with the TSs, most of those are a little bit more. They're a little bit farther up, and I almost think
you know
a lot of times, right? I do.
Why is it releasing there before here? Because whenever we get shit, like good quality shit, it's never like normal. It's always hard-coded subs because it's from somewhere else.
Most of the time, especially those TSs, I almost think they're close to their camera room when they're done.
Well, remember back in the day, it was like was it R2? It was like, was it China but it was always like the best quality shit you ever got downloading back in the day. Wasn't from the U.S.
Because some of the people actually that ran the digital projectors back in the days, they would actually hook their shit up to that.
Oh, is that what that was?
Steal it, yeah. It's how it used to be done. I don't know if they can still do it anymore.
I think that's Jizz Planet. Is that directed at Todd? Why didn't you ever come around to mine when I asked? Eh? Is that supposed to be Canadian? Because if that's A in Canadian, it's actually an EH and not an EY.
And that's the reason you never went round.
Exactly.
And also, Todd was prepared to give you the D.
Todd was way better than bag of dicks. Baroni. Thank you, Baroni. You're coming to our wedding, by the way.
Bag of dicks. Yeah, Baroni.
Oh, Baroni.
Remember that? Oh yeah, I went down a girl for like 45 minutes.
Ho, there. Ease up on the wine.
Fucking Baroni. He get a kick out of that. Yeah, I went down on her for like 45 minutes.
Ease up on the wine.
45 minutes. Easy. Thanks, dude.
Hey,
it's taking you that long.
I can't put her on mute because she's right here beside me.
Hey, but seriously, don't ever say that to a girl. Yeah, you know what? After 45 minutes, you'll be what? 45 minutes.
Hey, look at me.
No, I'm not looking.
Hey, this is why when you have guests, you like to have it where you can.
You know what? You can jam it up your a-hole. What do you think of that?
No.
Yeah, I know you are. You better.
All right. So,
So what?
Don't name name names.
Hey, Baroni, I love ya.
Don't name names.
Most people don't know who the fuck Baroni is anyway.
But I do.
You know all about that.
So do
I
I.
love you, Baroni.
So, hey,
you're coming
wait,
to my,
ho.
you're coming to my wedding, and I love you. I do love them.
That's one. No
What?
drinks. Drinks. Redneck
Jesus,
said
Mary
drinks.
fucking Joseph. What am I in the fucking States? Oh wait, I am. Where you put women down all the fucking time.
Jesus.
I'm from Canada though. We don't put up with that shit.
King, help me out.
Hey there, Canadian ladies. Tell them to go fuck themselves.
All right. So let's see. What
Good
else?
times.
That's all right. Cody. 18.6 came out. And moving along. 18.6 came out
man.
with some fixes.
Oh, boy.
Mark, did you find anything that was major? When I looked
No.
at this-
Nothing really. Nothing that would help your streaming experience
So
because
still
they're
no-
already working on 18.7.
Okay, but when the fuck is Leia coming out then?
I would guess 21.
Because that's going to screw the
2021.
shit out of a lot of Cody add-ons, right?
Yeah, it would.
Unless the
yeah,
dev
it'll-
actually knows what they're
It'll
doing.
stop.
Well,
stop.
it'll thin the field for a couple of months
Yeah.
until they start
Yeah.
stealing shit.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Saren is already ready.
Saren is ready. Mandy, shout out from the north.
Mandy.
Is your Canadian girl?
Mandy from the north.
Yeah, that's my Mandy.
I know who Mandy that is.
Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. It wasn't directed at you. It's not always about you. Fucking Murray. I know who Mandy
I thought it
is.
was.
No.
So yeah, Cody 18.6. I glanced through the stuff. There was a few things about this audio that nothing that seemed to that I thought that was a major
That
impact.
was a long jump from the last one.
No, it was 18.5 was out.
Was
now
how
it's
long ago?
18.6.
See,
Oh, how long ago?
Because 18.4
Yeah.
has been out for like fucking a year.
Yeah, 18.5. It's been probably 5 months, I would guess.
Yeah,
So what did they fix? Anybody
5 or
figured it
6.
I looked through the change notes. To me, there was some PVR fixes.
out? Blah, blah, blah.
There was a couple codecs that I didn't have an issue with that they found.
Is it the ones where you download shit and it says, hey, you need to load this codex in order to be able to...
No.
I remember those.
Yeah. Well, hey, and I will say this for people that are streaming, and if you'll see where it says that you need to get a new XVID. So if you
You mean
look
the
through,
bullshit downloads?
yeah, where it has that little pop up where you'll say you want to watch a certain movie, and all of a sudden it says this codex or this XVID codec is
Yeah.
needed. Watch out for the ones, and I want to say they're
Watch out for all of them.
they're like 0.70, 0.71, the size of the file, because no movie is going to be 0.7. Most of your
As soon as
1080,
you see that,
1080 is going to be
close it.
1080 is going to be what, 1.5, 2 gigs for a
At
1080.
least.
720, maybe you'll get away with 800 megs.
Yeah.
So when you see a 0.7 gigs, just don't click on those links. Most of those links are that fake. Get this.
Or you know
XVID,
what?
Go
Click
to this
on
website.
it and watch that really cool video where it says download this codex in order to play this bullshit.
Yeah, that's what you'll get.
Hey, it used to be Rick Astley. You don't get Rick Astley anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, that DivX one's been around for
Never gonna
20
give
years
you
or so.
up, never gonna let you down. Was that the one that had the fucking birds in it?
I remember back when LimeWire and all that shit, you'd sit there and wait like days just to get this movie, and then you'd see XVID. It's like, you motherfucker.
Mark, you notice they do that now. It'll be stuff where it maybe either was just at the show or hasn't even been at the show, and you get so excited, you're like, holy shit, that's out? And it's an XVID.
Yep.
That's back in the day. when it used
Too good to be true nowadays is too good to be true. The only time you're getting anything early is maybe in screener season. That's it. Trying to figure out what's going on there.
That's what I was looking for.
18.6.
Okay, so when I look through here, so it says fixed around visualizations. Which visualization?
Visualizations.
Yeah, that word.
It's like Pacific.
All right,
Specific.
shut. That word is not allowed to be used around me.
You can't use that. Fucking funny.
God, I hate Troy Point for this. All right, so
Yeah, what
that
the hell?
is-
Troy Point, what the fuck are they doing?
whatever.
Pop up all
Selling
over the
they're only allowed in PC versions because Android does not have
Visualizations.
They don't have it anymore. Do you guys remember back in the old Cody days when the music would play?
Yep.
And it had all that stuff going on.
Yeah,
it
I
had
love that.
milk drop and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You can only get that on PC.
Oh yeah.
It's not allowed. They said that it's not capable.
Oh
on
my
Kodi.
fucking god! IP vanish.
Yes.
Okay, Troy Point, get the fuck out of here.
All right. So
Don't go to Troy Point. Fuck him.
All right. So fixes, pause, and resume.
Jesus.
Have you ever any fixes with
No.
audio, pause, and resume? Either one.
True HD
Fixes
crashes.
around true HD crashes.
Do you want me to read that for you?
Yeah, go ahead, babe.
Workaround firmware bug.
For the
Amlogic.
Amlogic version 23, I never had an issue with that.
Fix to correctly resume audio-only MPEG TS streams. Correct headphone enumeration. That was a good word. Enumeration.
Yeah, that ain't good.
But it's like, yeah, whatever.
Have Todd say it.
No.
Was any of it an issue though? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
18.4. I didn't have issues with that.
This is
6 now.
6.6.
You're saying? No, that's what I get though. Is that?
No, I never had headphone issues.
No. Games launching from zip files. Again, I don't play games through my Kodi.
Interface, texture cache, windowing, refresh rate. Yeah, I mean, great. Obviously, people complain.
See, this would
You know what
so
though? Like when you
playback-
think about it though, people have complained about all these things, so they've
Well, of
gone
course.
and they've fixed it. So
Of
that's
course.
great. I didn't
so
notice
support
any
for
issues. But
Dolby Vision streams via add-on. So
Yeah.
maybe people had issues with
yeah,
Dolby Vision.
people complain about everything. It's like playing freaking Call of Duty. People complain about fucking everything.
pass
I'll tell you
Oh
the
my
one
God,
thing
I
that they
die
really
all the
need to
time. It's
fix-
because you suck, dude. It has nothing to do with the fucking game.
The one thing I noticed is a huge bug is when you're in a PC, and if you hit back way too quick, it crashes Kodi.
You know what? I did notice that actually.
It's happened since 18 first came out. I don't know if it happens on
Actually, yeah,
Android.
18 was like, well, people stuck on 17 for a really long
I stay.
time.
Yeah.
'Cause 18 was bad for a long fucking
It was.
time.
Look
Maybe
at
it's great
I
now.
got a
on
good translator.
18.6, but
Thank you.
give me a kiss.
Thank you. All right.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah, I know it's.
all right. So I will say this. I really, 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 really wish if I could request anything from Kodi, would be that them to add milk drop to Android devices.
Okay,
and
sorry,
it's
but what's-
possible.
What's milk drop?
Remember that was the.
He'll show you later.
visualization.
Oh, so when you're watching,
Mark, that's enough. All right. So remember
I'll
the
get back to you later,
the
buddy.
visualization when music played.
yeah,
Remember
like
it would
that,
be-
you
it
can
would
pick
like-
different kinds of
Yeah.
visualizations.
It'd have like
I don't wanna-
hundreds. All right. So they say that's not available on Android, which is BS, because there is a music player that you can install on your phone, and it has those
But here's my
milk drop.
question.
It says milk drop.
When you're a
visualization.
normal person who doesn't have unlimited internet on their phone, why would you want visualization? Don't you just want to hear it?
No,
Like if
when
it's on
I'm
your
sitting
phone,
here and I
You're
put music
normally
on,
you've got freaking earphones in and you're just listening.
Yeah,
You're
maybe.
walking, you're doing whatever.
maybe. But when I'm sitting here,
Yeah.
there is nothing cooler than watching those
Okay,
visualizations.
but you can have that on because your Shield.
No,
is
yeah, the Shield's
damaged,
Android.
So you're fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. I can see it on the phone not needing it,
Yep.
but yeah, if
Yep.
you're
And it was-
connected to a TV,
And
Okay, I
they
get
said
that.
it wasn't available or it wasn't possible, but then there is an Android
So in
app,
other
and I
words,
can't
it is
remember. It's a
possible.
big name. There is it's a big music app.
see, it kind
I
of
can't
reminds me back
recall
in
the
the
name
day
of it
when
off
we
the
were
top
in
of my
Phoenix and we had a dev and the boys would ask for stuff and he'd be like, no, it's not possible to do that. Not possible to do that. And then we got a new dev and we're like, hey, could you do this? And he's like, yeah, yes, I can.
Hey, I remember a guy that could do that.
Anything can be written.
You remember that ARB? I remember a guy when we would said that's not possible. And we had a person that
And
said,
10 minutes later, it'd be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, here, try this beta out.
You'd come up
God,
with like
thank you,
some.
MPA,
We'd come up with some
fucking
stupid
Christ.
idea, and then it would just happen.
Exactly. MPAA fucked us out of one of the best devs ever. The thing is
True
with
that.
him too, though. And okay, I'm fine.
Yeah,
he's
and me.
Cody, but he can make some serious money just writing shit about
He could.
anything. I mean, I work for a construction company in roofing, and there are no programs out there for estimating. If he could write me one, he'd make a fuckload of money.
Well, maybe you ought to PM about that.
I did PM.
There was
He's the
another
smartest dude I
subject,
know
and
of.
you just made me forget.
Yeah. Yes, I know, honey. I'll see you later.
Damn. So, all right. So, does anybody else have a problem with playing trailers in Kodi? That is because you don't have a YouTube API.
Okay, wait, but hold on. What's he talking about?
He's talking about the trailers in Kodi, and that's because
to have the YouTube
yes,
API.
because trailers are linked to YouTube add-on inside Kodi, and it's going to give
There
you
we
that.
go.
that.
You heard it here first.
So, what you need to do, Derek, go and I will post
Or get Plex Pass, and you can have as many trailers as you want.
All right, so go and look up this video, Derek. Look this up. Go to this video. I think China
Use your
Cat
mobile
made
phone
this
and
video.
go on the YouTube app.
There is some. I think Diamond made one. I know, and there's
Wait,
other.
you need an API to watch that YouTube video?
Yes.
You need an API to watch the video to make an API for a YouTube video.
But you can watch the video on your computer.
Fucking video.
Watch it on your computer to get an API.
Okay, get drinking on that beer.
You know
Jesus,
what?
Mary, and
This is
Joseph.
only probably the
Fucking
fifth
outdoing
one.
ya.
What
I'm
the hell are
outdoing
you
ya.
doing to me?
You want another shot?
Uh-oh, the onesie's
Come
going to
on
come
now,
out.
put her here.
Not yet.
Not yet, because he still wants to be coherent.
Yeah, she's been lushing me up. All right, so I hope that helps, Derek. Look that up.
In other words,
because what
API for YouTube.
What the problem is that, and I talked about it earlier in the show, YouTube took away the API for Kodi. So when Kodi calls out to YouTube, it says, "Hey, can I look at this video?"
YouTube says,
YouTube
fuck
says,
you.
"No, I don't know. You
Grab
don't,
our
have, you don't have
API."
authorization."
Well, it's actually Google, because Google
Oh,
owns
Google,
YouTube
yeah.
now.
Google.
YouTube. Yeah, Google owns YouTube. So they're saying, "No, you can't do it."
So you have to go to Google's developer website and create your own.
Yeah.
Hey, redneck, stop fucking yelling at us.
Redneck with all the caps. Caps.
We can see you, dude. You don't have to yell.
He's got trooperitis.
Oh my god, he's totally got trooperitis.
All
Okay.
right.
Where is Trooper? I haven't seen him in a while.
He's here.
He's around.
He's here. Is he in
I
the
think
chat?
I saw him in
Yeah.
the chat earlier.
Troop, I love you, buddy. Miss ya.
What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, so we're down to 57 users or viewers. So that means we've talked too long.
Well,
You've talked too long.
Yeah,
fuck you.
it's only
Why
been
is it always
2
my fault?
hours.
I don't know. So we can go to the after show and maybe we can get Kara in here and Griff.
I think a lot of people left when you start kissing.
Okay. Oh,
They were finished after that.
Heaven forbid there be fluid exchange.
There's viruses being passed.
That was the 2 seconds that they needed to finish
With
off
all
the
the
show.
girls that were hoping to hook up with Todd, now they're fucked.
Sorry,
They're like,
folks.
damn it!
Sorry, ladies.
He's kissing some other girl.
Oh.
That could be the thumbnail of the video.
Oh my god, that'd be fucking funny. Don't watch this if you.
All right. All right. So Mark. All right. So Mark's got it right. So the visualization in Kodi.
Oh my god,
Android's called
visualization.
Project M, and yes, there is.
It's like
So wait, whoa, Mark, you can't put that in Kodi. I know that the Project M is its own Android app
maybe
because
not.
I've used it. Project M. I've not been able.
So it's not a Kodi thing. It's an
It was
actual.
not a Kodi.
You
it
can
was
actually have your music.
Yeah, it was on my
through
phone.
Project M?
It was on my phone. I had Project M. It was
Hey,
a music player.
Mark, clarify that, would you please? Because Todd is confused. Hoping to be able to work out the word visualization.
That word is past.
Like
That happened
specific.
about 2 beers ago.
Like
That word. That I could have used that word 2 beers ago.
I love you.
I don't even think you could say 2 beers ago.
The best part about me is I can still pronunciate.
I can't.
You know what?
Because-
It's actually it's years of coming home to my parents when I was young, drunk, and I would enunciate even more than I was supposed to because I'd want to pretend I wasn't drunk. So I'd be like, "Hello, mother,"
I said.
and she'd be like, "You're drunk." I'd be like, "No."
I told you to use the word daddy.
Oh, and listen to the boys giggling.
That was good.
You all want
That
to
was
be. You
good.
all want to be called daddy.
That was
obviously.
good though. That was like you left yourself.
No,
open.
that's not my thing.
Oh, you sure? Have you heard
I'm
me say it?
positive.
Have you heard me say it?
Like I said in the BS chat, that's all Pornhub is now, is fucking family sex videos.
Oh, Mark.
Everyone
if I was
wants to be
that in
doing
your
their
ear,
shit.
you'd lose your fucking shit.
That's true. You know, I was actually
Researching?
researching purposes only,
Oh, yeah.
I was looking
He does
through-
that often,
and there
actually.
was nothing but it was like stepsister, sister,
Oh shit!
brother,
It's all over the place
mother.
on Red too.
It was like, wait a minute, why is it? What is the
Why is it all family
fascination?
shit?
Got to be family.
Yeah.
I mean,
Society is fucked up.
Yeah.
I
I
look
get
through
the
it.
step stuff because you're not actually blood. But
Well, either that or no one wants to leave their
Better.
fucking house and they just want to fuck their own family.
All right.
Well,
all right.
actually, that's pretty much America.
Holy shit.
Mark
Watson.
He's yelling. What are you
Fucking
yelling at?
A. Fucking A. All right, so what's that word again? Visualization?
Visualization.
That is
Oh, that
now,
was like français, Mark. And
now
visualization.
that used to not be in there. That used to not be in there because when I used to go to the, you know how it has categories?
Mhm.
That was never in there.
But look at that.
Holy
Thank you, Mark.
shit.
Todd is in love with you now.
Do they have flying toasters?
All right,
No,
wait,
he doesn't even have a fucking toaster.
so-
He's got a convection oven.
No,
No,
that's
the
a
way-
Windows 95
Fucking
joke.
toast.
all right, so shuffle mode. So what shuffle mode was when it would like because it used to have like
Let me guess.
100
Shuffle stuff?
No, this
Shuffle mode, is that a porn add-on?
so it had like hundreds. It had hundreds of like presets, like
Sorry, fucking with you.
milk drink, this, that. All right, so beat sensitive. Okay,
Serves you right for having me on your show.
I
It's all
see
your
that.
fucking- It's all your fucking fault.
I see that. Okay, so I have it enabled. So now, oh shit, do I have any music on this? Grr.
Did you just grr?
It's a Buffy throwback.
Don't do the grr.
So let's see. Do I have
Curses.
Do I have any?
So you have to have your own.
You have the music on your hard drive.
Well, does none of the add-ons have?
I don't
Like you
know.
use it
Who
through an
uses
add-on?
add-ons anymore?
Most add-ons have like a music
I'm just
section,
joking.
no? I don't. I know that.
All right, so let's look at music add-ons. Who's? All right. Oh, MP streams.
I used to love it.
Oh shit! Now I'm gonna
MP3
get- you know what I'm
streams.
gonna get?
Does that still
Okay,
work?
So
I used to
now,
love. I know. I used to love that.
so now,
Yeah. That's the best one.
now I'm gonna get in trouble for having a song. Okay.
What? By
Yeah.
who?
Copyright
Whoever I
strike.
play.
Is ARB
No.
gonna give you shit?
Whoever I play.
ARB don't give him shit.
Whoever I play is gonna get me. It's gonna get me. YouTube and say, you're
Oh.
playing somebody's music. Blah blah
You're not even
blah.
on YouTube right now. You're on what? StreamYard or something?
I'll just have Blue hum into the microphone while
There
you're
you go.
doing
Yeah,
that.
'cause that's always really sweet.
Oh, some house.
Yeah, was
I
gonna
like
say.
house.
I was gonna say,
I like house. Oh, Lady Gaga. No.
Yeah.
Black Eyed Peas. Well, how are they house?
They're funky as shit.
No, I like Calvin Harris.
I like that.
Okay. And he ain't got nothing in there. What the hell? I like Kygo.
See what happens when people grab random pies?
You know what I hate when people grab my pie?
Oh, good shit.
Wait. All right, so go back to the home. That's Milk Drop.
Very cool. Especially when you're having a house party.
Unless it buffers.
You get rid of that shit?
I'm trying.
Okay, Todd, now go and get your snowman suit back on and dance.
He will. You should see how many bringing snowman costumes he has in the fucking closet there. It's awful.
Are there any
shit.
penis
Mark-
holes cut out?
Mark Watson, I'm going to give you a major 2 thumbs up because I have been looking for that for years because I actually asked Q to create that years
Okay,
ago.
redneck, seriously? Stop fucking yelling at us.
Yeah, Redneck. There is a caps lock button that you can turn on and off on your.
Okay, and Mark, thank you. That's awesome. Because I always love that too.
It's like right over
Visualization.
here.
Loved it.
It's right over here.
Oh, wow. I used to have that keyboard.
So that you know what that right there.
Unless Mark is really old and the only time you can read it is if it's all in caps because it's bigger, then you just keep doing what you're doing, dude.
I'm gonna say that I see. This is why I do shows so that I can fucking learn. I don't know every damn thing.
See?
Right, someone's got to learn something from these shows. Might as well be you.
Oh. ARB, I fucking miss you.
You miss his banter.
Fucking right, I do.
His
Jesus,
banter was-
Mary Joseph, you get me fired up.
His banter was always good because he'd always keep me. See, look, he's 59. He's older than me. Fucking A, Mark.
Mark, you're awesome, dude. Seriously, thank you.
Shit. Oh my gosh. You know what? That makes me gonna. You know what? I'm gonna have to put music on my Shield now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna load it up just so I can hit it and then see
And
the
watch
visualization.
that. Yeah, damn right.
The what?
The visualization.
What? What am I gonna watch?
Shut up.
The say
The
the word.
visualization.
I didn't say visualization. I think it is burped while I was talking, though. Is that what you heard?
No, I'm
Visualization?
saying me.
I like specific.
Visualization.
Visualization.
But I still love him somehow.
God, what's for dinner?
But you ain't like Vanjie on fucking Drag Queen there, where he can't pronounce anything. That fucking dude, man, is
That show is
hilarious.
awesome.
Drag Queen.
Hey, look at that. He just learned where the cap button is.
But he's still using it.
I think that's Trooper in disguise.
All I know is that's fucking funny. I just learned where the caps are, all in caps.
All right, so that's all I have. If you guys have any other quick questions, slam them up there real quick, and we'll try to answer them. If not, I'm gonna go to after show, and I don't know if.
And just so you know, my breasts are real. So don't even ask.
Okay.
I don't even think anybody asked that question, but
no, they were thinking about it. Though,
thanks for sharing.
They were thinking about it.
They were.
Well, you did bend over and give us a cleavage shot.
Well, I mean,
yeah. Look at Clone says, hooked on phonics. I don't need phonics. I'm good.
no, he's just redneck.
Bob could make one called visualization.
Oh God, Bob! If he did that, we'd be fucked.
Get you to review it.
Visualization.
He's a little. You guys try that add-on? Visualization.
I'm just gonna call it V.
Imagine
Say that's
Todd.
my-
Oh yeah!
Check out
what
my.
you gotta do, baby. You
Try-
do what you gotta do.
Try my ad on VD.
VD. Lovely.
Visualization display.
Yeah, that's venereal disease.
Or it could be B.
Or
BV.
like BV. Okay, what was it? It was like
A BV.
it was some technical term. What the fuck did that stand for? Some sort of box thing. It was what the hell was it? Anyway, BV in women. Apparently, it's the other term for it is bad vagina. That's not the technical term, but apparently that's become the new word for it. Not that I have that, just so you all know. But we've heard it from somewhere else.
All right, we heard it. Heard about it. I learn every day.
Yeah, see, Todd's learning every day about bad vagina.
Not really.
Well, not mine. Whatever.
Oh, this show has gone
I got
down.
a good
See,
vagina.
any time past 2 hours, it always goes downhill.
Yeah. Whatever.
All right, folks. All right, ARB, what do you got you got anything to finish the show with? Anything you want to say or before you roll out? Before we roll out?
Goodbye.
And he's not involved in anything in Cody
No. He's not.
streaming.
No.
He's just
He's just really knowledgeable about everything.
just a guy that
No.
was very
Well-
good at Reddit.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best.
God, you're the king.
One of the best.
Yeah. I honestly, I
Yeah.
hate
More
I
praise. More
hate
praise.
my ass.
Hey, would you just maybe create an alias and just go to Reddit and just live there for a while?
Oh, please, and then share with us.
It's boring now. It's that Reddit subreddit just became support group for some shit add-ons.
Yep.
Plus TV add-ons isn't on there anymore, so it's not worth me time. And I can't get him on Twitter because he blocked us.
Why not for Reddit?
No. Nah, he doesn't post.
They're begging for money.
And he blocked us on Twitter, so I can't get him on Twitter.
Can't get you on the Twitter. All right,
Twitter.
Mark, I posted your website. And I'll post it again real quick.
We're regretting it already. Sorry, everybody. We don't know him very well.
Yeah, it's all I got going on now is I got the website I'm doing, and then I'm coming out with a new add-on this
And you
weekend.
have a picture of a pussy for your icon.
Yes. New add-on this weekend called Another Fucking Add-on.
Is that what it's actually called?
Yep.
I'm definitely downloading.
It's going to be like odds and ends and requests. It's like all the shit that I know you can't find on Cody. Like all the goofy shit that's like one season. Like I have, yeah, I have Bill and Ted. Everyone's like, "Oh, is that the cartoon?" I'm like, "No, it's a live action one." They're like, "There's no live action one." Well, click the link and you'll find out.
And it could be porn. We can't guarantee anything here.
No, that's my other add-on. But that's all I got going on.
Okay. All right.
Thanks,
Blue.
JJ. Love ya.
Blue, what you got going on?
Not much. Getting laid later though. Sorry, ARB. I know you miss getting laid too. It's not my fault, dude.
No, it's just.
God, it's kind of. He
I
just
wish
feels.
I was getting laid later on.
I'll do my best.
Oh, ARB, this is for you, dude.
No, no.
Oh, Andrew, I wish.
I'm not calling out nobody else's name like that.
Yeah,
Please-
that would be fucking
please
funny,
don't.
though.
No,
Don't do
no.
that.
That's that's weird.
Maybe like Blue, take this
no.
for ARB.
No.
End the show now.
Stop
End
it.
the show now. End the show now.
Stop it. You know what? She's on mute. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming on the show. Thanks. I want to thank also Mark for not this Mark, but the Mark Watson for telling me about the add-on.
The Mark.
I didn't know about that. I never knew.
Oh my
about
God,
that.
redneck, motherfucker! Don't
And he
make
called
me
me
tell you
Sir.
again.
He called me Sir ARB.
So we're gonna roll out, and if any of my friends, I doubt all my British friends are offline. Scottish friends are off. So because who
Tell
knows?
my friends, 'cause
So
I'm
who the
actually
fuck
here.
knows where this place is gonna go now that you've been drinking even more? But again, thanks for everybody joining. Mandy, what's up? What's up? Time out for Blue.
So many marks, so little time. That's fucking
Yeah,
genius.
Mandy looking for another one.
That's
Is there a
genius.
mark around here?
Yeah.
Please, I just need a mark right here.
Hey, Mandy needs a Charles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. I could tote him up there to Canada with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll out of here. But thanks you guys for watching. Hopefully
Thanks,
we've
guys.
helped. It's been fun. It was an impromptu
Love you, redneck.
show.
Just fucking with you, dude.
Seeing where it all went, and thanks for being here. Blue coming down here to visit me and was having the show.
Jesus.
It's like he's accepting an award here.
Thank you, Jesus.
I'd like
Wait
to-
for that one. Thank you, Jesus.
It's all wouldn't happen without the guy above.
Thank my mom and
Hey,
dad.
thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
They have signs all over the place here that say that. Thank you, Jesus. You're driving down and it's fucking front yard, front yard, front yard. Thank you, Jesus.
Broke the
I haven't
record
seen
for
it.
how long it takes one person to end the show.
We do have to thank Jesus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. All right, so thanks for everyone for watching, and streaming matters to us, even if it
Because
doesn't matter. to
Streaming
you.
matters to somebody out there.
Somebody.
Thanks, Jesus.
Because streaming matters to ARB.
Streaming matters
Jesus.
to Jesus too.
Streaming totally matters to Jesus.
Thank you,
Jesus.
Jesus.